Mavith just subscribed for 28 months, oh boy oh boy. Chaos_set just subscribed for 34 months.
Too much baggage. I've never seen a mushroom that size.
Oh wait, I never fixed this. Hang on. Missing a plugin for this action. Stream Deck forced an update and broke a plugin yesterday. I thought there'd be an update. It's just a plugin that plays a sound effect. Soundboard, are you just... Is the old plugin just unsupported now? What happened? What happened? What? Unable to identify plugin soundboard. What the hell? It's so simple. I just want to play a sound effect with a button. And they said, no, we don't support that plugin anymore. Please visit the marketplace, whatever the shit that means.
The bouncer.
I ain't going on there. I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way.
The bouncer.
You're getting an extra bit of jingly keys here because it kind of gave you the freebie in that last one. It had suggest with the V in the middle.
The bouncer.
Liar. I'm no liar. Pardon me. How we doing? How we doing? Let me see here. I'm cleaning up my tabs a little bit. My 3D tracking is working today. I don't know what happened last time. Why they call it plug-in when you plug in the... That's all I got. I am flummoxed by the Stream Deck because it has a very bad problem of forcing an update and then it just causes all plugins to stop working until they force a new, revision or something. And some of these plugins, I feel, understandably, they're put out into the ether with set it and forget it. But the Stream Deck software keeps breaking things. So you have to just hope that those people who put out that plugin come back. And like this soundboard one, there's like an auto update thing to where it'll parse and look for an update. And the thing is right here with me is it's just saying, oh, I can't even find this anywhere in my marketplace. Why do you have this installed? And I'm just like, well, fuck. Pardon my French. Ligma! Mod, shoot that man! Wow, we're missing quite a few here, aren't we? Wow. I guess there is a fake. That does make things a little weird sometimes, right? It's rare that y'all clock about 50%. Oh. Okay, a few of them popped up there at the end. Game over! Oh, piss. What happened, guys? What happened? 9 out of 15, is that how it's doing it? We failed.
Goodbye.
Exactly. Well.
Goodbye.
Let me see here. Got the loser first place. Got him. How is everybody? Are you staying warm? I'm hoping. Don't spin me, I'm not there yet. I'm hoping you are surviving the cold if it is afflicting you. I still have power, somehow. Quest complete. I am nervous about how the power's gonna hold up, but we'll see. Life's rough. Boy howdy. Also, we did stream The Sims 2 yesterday as a spur of the moment thing. I really enjoyed it, but apparently, when they released The Sims 2 Ultimate, there was a bug introduced that causes the game to crash whenever your pet, if they have a job, if they get a promotion, it crashes. And that's what was happening. And one of my big goals was to get my talented cat, Costco Hot Dog, a prolific career in showbiz. So it may be next weekend, it may be a little later, but I'm going to switch to Sims 3, regrettably. How specific that is, rarely play with pets, no wonder I never ran into it. I thought, okay. Full disclosure, the Sims 2 I had used yesterday,
methods were used.
And so when I was running it, I was like, okay, maybe there's something up with what I'm running here, you know? And then I go on Google and just know everybody has that problem. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So I can't get around this. Anyway, heard good things about Sims 3. Some of the DLC's lame though. It does seem a little sad that the stuff you can do with pets, you're limited to like, it sounds like there isn't much in the way with pet stuff in 3. I was also kind of confused about something. I didn't realize that medieval game was entirely separate. For some reason, I thought that was part of The Sims itself. But that's just a standalone game entirely. But, I do want to, whether it's next week or some other time, I do want to give it a fair shake in Sims 3, and I will make the character and get stuff in motion right before that. You know, I'll have the shell of the house down, just so I can skip past all that intro stuff, right? Too bad the person who had the entirety of Sims 4 for free basically said, fuck this, you're all assholes, took their downloads down. Still have some of them, but I'm afraid to access them. Medieval house design, my lord? Well, I mean, what we did yesterday was we were getting to the point, okay, it was literally a shed on a massive property. And the issue at first was because of building the house from scratch, you're given 2,000 simoleons, and it's like, that's not enough to put down a tiny building and stuff. So I was literally sleeping in the bed, selling it, and then using that to buy a shower. But all it would have taken was just 2 days of that. But the thing is, after that whole... the thing is that crash we ran into, and the game doesn't really do autosaves unless you leave and come back to the plot. So like I played through a couple days, hit that crash, had to replay through those days, and then I found out we were basically stuck. Because what do you expect me to do? Not force my cat to get a job? My character was not going to have a full-time job. They only got one so we could get the basic amenities put in place. Because I was going to be a treasure hunter, and I was going to spend my spare money romancing witches, by which I should say there were a lot of witches. There were so many witches. By which I mean there were 2, but given the fact that we met probably less than 10 people, that's pretty good witch per capita, but they all look the same. They were like very glitzy, glamoury witches. I was expecting more of a goth witch situation. They looked more sugar plum fairy. Does that make sense? I don't even know what the sugar plum fairy invokes in most of your minds, but it just makes me think of like glitter and pastels and stuff. And I was just like, you're a witch? Really? Feel so soulless and corporate I can't play it more than 10 minutes. We did have a witch GF. Well, we talked to her once, which means we're pretty much engaged, you know. But I do want to give The Sims a fair shake across a few streams. And since 2 was a roadblock, but I was really enjoying that a lot. The fact that we were stuck behind a crash really soured my mood on it. I was like, man, because we just got going, and I wanted to make this big sprawling nightmare house, and then then you find out, oh no, you can't do that. So, oh well. So we're just gonna shift gears a little bit. And last time I did ramble on the screen for 30 minutes. I'm coming up on 21, 22. I do have some stuff to talk about though. So let me get on screen, hang on. Anyway, my tracking is working. I don't know what happened last week with the 3D stuff. It just needed to get reset, I guess. Oh, yeah. Since somebody's going to try it, the random voice thing is disabled
I am
today.
big.
Just today. Just because he gets a little sing-song-y. I might actually write something to the dev and maybe request some way. Is there a way to do that? Probably not. Probably too much of an ask. Hang on, I need to play catch up on the subs. Mavith, thank you for the 28. Oh boy, oh boy. And Chaos Set, thank you for 34. My goodness, my goodness. Thank y'all so much. I will play catch up on those when the bingo starts. Speaking of, today is the end of the bingo cup leader board. What was it called? I think it's like, let me check here. Let me actually get that up on the side here in this little panel here.
Meow Moro Mew.
Don't shift into the Discord kitten vibe, my boy. Let me see. What was it? Leaderboard. Ah, yes, the 2026 is definitely going to be better than last year cup. Smiles, looks at camera. Ends today. Okay. So,
Like you said it, Scoob and Gary Coleman
Zoinks!
and Scooby Coleman and Scary Coleman and Gary Scoobin.
beg pardon?
Go Seahawks.
Let me see. Was there anything really to touch on? 3D tracking's working. Cup ends today. Didn't I write something in here as a reminder? Let me see here, y'all. Let me see here. Nope, that was my only note. Ooh, shit. We're all caught up. How's about that? Okay. So, keeping warm, Jorp. I am. I decided to play it safe, and I just shut off my water yesterday. I will turn it back on, like, tonight if I have to wash dishes, but I think I've kind of planned around what I'm cooking today to where I don't really need water. Which my brother and my parents say this is overkill whenever I do it, but anytime my street is below freezing for more than 24 hours, there are always a shitload of plumbers. Always. And these houses were all made in 1984. So it's just like, I see all this other stuff people are dealing with, and I'm like, I'm just gonna play it safe, But whatever. Let your water trickle, exactly. And you're having issues with it trickling, you should really see a doctor about it. Remember to drink a lot of water, okay? Now let me see here. I was actually going to shut my water off at the curb at the meter, but I forgot that from where my shutoff is placed, it rained a lot yesterday, and when I went out to shut it off, there was like a foot of water in there, and I was like, can't even see where I couldn't even feel around where the shutoff was.
Hello, Chat and Geo.
Hello, Valley. Thank you for the 2 Battleborns. My goodness. I actually was I was out there after dark because that was when I was done needing water and I already done all my dishes and stuff. And I was like, okay, just gotta move the little shut-off thing down here and shut it off. And I look down and I'm just like, well, I can't see shit in the water. It's like, okay, I could reach my hand down there and feel for where it is, but then I have to wash my hand. But then my water will be off. Well, okay. I just shut it off at the house. I was just like, well, okay. It'll be fine. I just shut off at the house. Whatever. Are we standing in armor void? What are you talking about? Let me see here. I guess I should scoot things around a little bit. We'd probably get to the houses. I don't have too much else going on. Let me just trot over here. Let me see. I'm actually wondering about something. Okay, let me see. Are my legs chopped off? They are not. I need to do that right now. My physicality. Feels good. Feels great. Now, I'm actually curious about something. Hang on. Let me take a gander. Whoops. No, that's not right. I hadn't actually pulled up Booth in a while. And I was sort of wondering and forgot earlier. The person who does the backgrounds and stuff that I love doing. They usually put some stuff out by now. Let me see here. Because if they don't have anything new, I could just shift over to a different wintry backdrop. In fact, that would have been a good fit for today. Do I actually still have that set up? Hang on. I think I do. Hang on. I don't. Why do I have a nested scene if there's nothing inside of it? I thought I had a nested scene for the outdoor baggage. Winter stuff from last year.
Father, help, I am too big.
Yes, you're big and strong. Let me see here. I'm just doing this now before I forget. Did Nora put out any new background? No, Nora has not. That's good. I was hoping for new
and strong.
I was hoping for new backgrounds, but the thing is that the person who does, let me zoom out a bit. The person who does the backgrounds you see here, Nora's Pots, I've been using their backdrops forever. They put them up on Booth for like $20, which is extremely low for the amount of work they put into it. But from what I've gathered the last year, they've had a lot of custom commissions for corporate VTubers, which is big money, big time. So on one hand, I'm glad that an extremely cool artist is getting that paycheck. But on the other, I'm kind of like, well, I wonder if I'm going to get any more from her put up online here. Oh well. We've got enough to go through. Okay. There's also another one who doesn't put them out too often, but they have another art style and vibe that kind of fits the same sort of checkboxes, I think. I haven't used any of their stuff yet, but I will. The tree spirits will never leave our side. No. I'm kind of glad Mobs gave that as an offering. I entirely forgot to go back and change that. And at this point, I feel like the spirits of the forest are just watching us at all times. We've got Wario, we've got the tree spirits. That's like two different flavors of Fae outside, right? Looking particularly menacing today. You know, let's do something about that. Let's do something about Wario. Let me see. Let me see. Is this the...
I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Winter inside. Let me check something. That'll work. Could make him a little... I could make him taller? Should I make him taller? I don't want to block off the face spirits that much. Actually, wait. I have an idea. I want to see something kind of weird. He doesn't look as weird as I was expecting. Because there's Long Boy Mario from the whole Mario Maker. Curious. Sheer Wario? His coat isn't quite up to snuff for shearing, I'm afraid. Let's see. Okay. Well, let me go ahead, get the bingo afoot, and before I forget, I've got 3 resubs banked. So let me do call random. That doesn't count. And bit. Let me see here. Now, did this button break as well? Hang on. Oh, of course my pun button broke now. Because that also has the sound effect. And that whole plugin is busted now. What a piece of shit, man. As nice as the Stream Deck has been,
TSJOTSJKIS.
Want to try that pronunciation again? As much as I talk about the Stream Deck being handy, actually I don't talk about ever being handy. It breaks all the time.
Laura and just
Jesus.
subscribed for 21 months. Does this count?
It do.
Amused.
Amused? Is that what that emote is? I thought it's just :O. Brian, so strange. But Laurarin, thank you for the 21, by the way. Okay. Enough screwing around. We got shit to look at, y'all. Okay. Now, I did not actually size up the window. Yeah, why do you say... Did Brian say amused? Hang on. I can play that again. I'm pretty sure he said amused. I mean, that doesn't really strike me as an amused expression.
Oh.
Yeah, hang on. Let me hear this again.
Laura and just subscribed for 21 months. Does this count? Amused.
That doesn't strike me as amused. I don't know. That's like a gasping or shocked emoji. Okay. Now, only hang for 40? Going to work? Oh, crap.
Amused.
My condolences. Can I get some salutes for the poor person about to go to work? Godspeed. I hope the shift passes quickly. Let me see here. This should be Edge? Yes. All right. Wednesday will be worst. Have to go in for 2 in the morning. If you don't mind my asking, do you work graveyard shift, or is this just a really, really fucked scheduling situation? I guess right now isn't graveyard. Well, I mean, unless you're non-continental US, I guess. But still, that's a huge swing in hours. Oh my goodness. Just fucked. Oh God, I am so sorry. Well, don't worry. I bring nightmares on this day of days. Some of these are quite okay, there is a theme I kind of have for today's houses. And honestly, if I had to package it a certain way, it would be, I wish we had more photos of this. Because there are several listings in here that I feel end when things start getting really interesting. Not that they're boring, but it's just one of those things to where it's just like, what? It's over already? I feel this is one of those. Because, oh my goodness. This is in Los Gatos, California, which is Spanish for the gatos. Goodness. This is pretty separated from things. This is really... I'm pretty sure we've had something in Los Gatos before. I have no clue where it is within the state, but is this like Northern Cali? This is getting to greener that my brain just auto-associates with Pacific Northwest. So I'm just wondering if this is like the far northern edge or something. Yeah, the scenery is gorgeous. We're getting to mountainous. Hills south of San Francisco. Really? Oh my goodness. I see a sprinkling of pines. I just don't associate with that in the area. South of San Jose, Yaga. Is that a gazebo? That looks to be a smaller house. I'm spoiling things now. I don't think we go inside of any of these houses. And there is a huge amount of land here. Near middle of Cali, but considered north. Oh, I see. No, they're functional. It's just we don't go inside. Like this guy right here. We get a better shot of this one. This one just looks like a freak. I want to see more of this guy. Look at this. Like, I think these are solar panels. They look really shoddily applied. I mean, they rented the drone and they got their mileage out of it. You're buying the land. The house is extra. It really feels like it. I need to see how much acreage this is. Because this is only 500,000. It's giving me the sense it's a pretty okay amount of acreage. Looks huge and boring inside. Every room would be the same. I mean, it's an empty house. A lot of empty houses are boring on the interior. Okay, here we go. Wait, it's two... Wait. It's one of these guys, I guess? Is it this guy? Survey dated 1986. Wow. Okay, the listing may give us more information here. Huge tracts of land? Okay. Do we get better shots of this? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I'm spoiling this now because we have to kind of drink in from what we've got right here. Wow. Okay. Are these ancient solar panels, or are they blocking weird-ass windows? Look at this cheese grater shit up here. Oh my god. But also, I'm sure this could be safe. I was looking at the ground and how it lined up with this on the exterior when we were up above. It's about as bad as it seemed. 3% efficiency solar. These are what solar panels look like in the 80s, for Christ's sake. Okay, here's the secondary building. What's this say here? The Cloud House. I thought it said Clown House for a second. I was gonna be like, yeah, you bet that is. Further away shot. Mr. Vic, thank you for the 11.
Vivek just subscribed for 11 months. This could be safe.
I like how Brian says, Vivek. And this is just...
Did Sephiroth do this?
Did he do the paver job? I mean, the pavers aren't too upsetting on this road. This is quite nice. Too bad it leads to what we just saw, you know? My goodness.
Is this a Grover job?
I mean, there's no cooked siding, you know? Ooh, cherry blossoms. And that's it. I really want to see what the interior of the house looks like. I've seen worse pavers. The thing that sticks out with me is that it's probably because of just how the terrain is out there, but they aren't upheaved by like roots and stuff like that. They're all relatively level. 10.5 acres. Commanding vistas. What do we got here? Let me resize this. The value is in the land. Really? You're telling me I just need to buy this for the land, not the house? The crown jewel of Santa Cruz Mountains, a rare ridgetop property offering uninterrupted 360 views. Pacific Grove to... Okay, I misread this as Grover, and I misread this as Streamer Lane. My brain briefly degaused. Forest of Nisene Mount marks the... near the Nibs Knob Trail. Huh. So there isn't actually a house on it. So hang on. Existing structures on the property include large ag barn, storage outbuilding, providing a foundation. I mean, it... The thing that's getting me... Did I miss something in description, Bella? I just glanced over and was reading the top. This is still a building. Are they saying... We don't see the interior of this guy. This is on the property, right? It says burn. It's got electricity. I mean, it's got solar. It's got electricity, right? I think the cloud house, the barn. That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Although, honestly, this place is not getting fuel off of these solar panels. I hope they got a generator here. Does it say bed baths? Doesn't say it here. I'm seeing 5 bed, 4 baths in the notes below the pictures here. So it does seem to be functional. We don't see inside of it. World-class exposure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Above the fog line. What's the history on the sales of this place exactly? Probably not going to be anything interesting here. Boy. Propane on site. Listed for sale just this year. When was this built again? 96. Yeah. Those solar panels are probably from when it was first built. Walk 0. Yeah. That's a bit of a called shot, frankly. Okay. Well, let me tuck this away. Who did I have next? Let me see. Give me a sec, guys. I have a few of these here. Okay, yeah. There's some of these that have they're a little brisk. Let me see if I can front load these. Let's see. All right. You want to see the walk score? Oh, it was 0. Walk score was 0. Big time on that guy. All right. This guy... There's just one room that I got a laugh out of on this. Otherwise, it's kind of ho-hum, you know? But, hang on. Ooh. You got a lady, you got a skull under her hair? Wow. Spooky. Interesting, they've got the... Wait, hang on. Oh! An estate? Was this like an estate sale or something? It says sold. They were selling... Strange. Huh. Okay, maybe we'll see more in the description. I mostly tucked this aside because one room's design seems funny. That looks like a fresh oven. It's okay. Now, kitchen. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and mark off visible damage, just because this place needs a whole bunch of little tweaks and things. I know you can just refinish the floor, but I mean, that's enough. That's enough for me, frankly. Okay, so let me see. Let me get to the thing that I saved this for. Okay. Someone rescue that floor. Bonus bricks. Oh, yeah. Where are we? Oh, Minneapolis. Hey. I was thinking in my head this is either going to be Minnesota or it's going to be like Michigan or something. That's just where my head defaulted. Okay. Okay, here we are. Okay, this is basement. There are 2 shots of this room. It's peculiar. Okay, so let me do this. This is a bedroom. This could be a DIY Murphy bed. Somebody said Murphy bed. I knew this was a bed frame. I didn't consider the possibility of it being a Murphy bed. It very well could be. So let me see. Where is this? Okay. Oh, this is the same room. Okay, hang on. Wait. Where's this? It's not... Okay, there's this guy here. It isn't the same one as this. We can see the same flooring here. There's cube over here in the bottom left. Let me mark that off. All right. Huh. Is that door tiny or... That's just cabinet door. It's just cabinet door. Why do you have windows into a cabinet door? I mean, if it's like if you have like... If it was a cabinet for storing your fine china in, yeah, but this here? Huh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's cryptid here. Here we go. So this is... We're in the basement. We came down the basement. Okay. There is... Okay, water heater. This is the utility room over here. This is the room we were just inside of. Okay. Now, I think we get another shot of this room. Let me see here. This is front porch right here. Random red patch of ceiling. Yeah, I do love how this is just here because, I don't know. I don't know. Why does the stair have random cubes? I don't know. Maybe it's to give the stairway goblins some lighting in their little room. I'm hoping there's like another door here for another goblin, you know? A bifold door to the... Oh, I didn't even see that. God. That's gross. Like you put... Wait, can this even close? Oh, weird. Weird. Let me get the... Hang on, guys. That is super weird. Hang on. So the thing that's getting me here, now that was pointed out... those stairs are slanted. It's okay. So the door would close across like this? Does that mean that this gap down here is just always open? Y'all see what I mean? That is weird. Huh. Yeah, you just always have this 6 inches gap down here.
Mind the gap.
That is so peculiar. I bet it's a folding door with a cutout. I think you're giving these engineers too much credit. Ooh, I just remembered something. Hang on. I am doing a rambling derail here. There's something important I saw somebody do on a stream. I need to see if I can do it right now. I saw somebody freehand rotate something in OBS, and I didn't think you could do that outside of right-clicking and doing it in 90-degree flips. And that's kind of important. Let me see if I can do this in Google real fast. Thank you for the follow, Phantom Game Demand 1. Good time zone. Hang on. OBS rotate object. I saw somebody do it. I know you can right click. Okay. For precise degree, simply click and drag the red handles on the source in the preview for quick free rotation. Let me see if I can do this right now. Hang on. Because I was not able to do this in the past.
Rotate the board.
That's not it. No. How? Do I need to hold a hotkey for this? No. That's not right.
Do a barrel roll.
No. Hang on. Do I need like a free tool to do this? Freely rotates. I'm muting this. You're not going to hear this. 1 minute video. Okay, guy with obnoxiously frosted hair and annoying thumbnail. Show me how to do this with mouse clicks. You have less than a minute. I'm doing now. Transform, edit, transform. Wait. So, I see how he's doing it here, but is there a way to freehand do this? I don't think so. Okay. Okay. I can see how to do it. It's not intuitive. So, hang on. Let me see. Kara, Donut Lady, 7. Thank you for the follow. Everybody loves a donut lady. Let me see here. So, I can do it, but it's like you have to do it through a pop-up window. You can't freehand move it with the mouse. Hang on. Transform, edit, transform. So, like, I can do 44 degrees. And I can do this. But I could have swore I saw somebody in a stream just click and start rotating stuff with their mouse cursor, kind of like this, you know? Look at that. Look at that. Man. Uh-oh. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Hold on. Hold on. Transform. Reset. I'm back! Okay. That just popped into my head. I'll have to look at that after stream. Let me see here. Rotated too much. I got
back.
I got far too turnt. Way too turnt. That's an expression, is it not? Okay. Rotate. Tool. Question mark. Save. There we go. I didn't disappear. I'm right here. Okay. Okay. So, sorry, I had to milk that rambling derail. So, I thought we got another... Oh, Bert. I thought we got another look at that bedroom. I think we do. Hang on. Here we go. Okay, okay. Is this a DIY Murphy bed? Okay. Oh, Jenga! Wow. Yo! Alright. Wow. So... Okay. It's not a Murphy bed? Stacked on Jenga? What could possibly go wrong? I love all of the tripping hazards. But, okay, you can't, it's not a Murphy bed because we have the lights
genre,
here.
3D platformer.
Right? Hang on. It does fold up, I suppose, but I that's got to have like a no tolerance to this, you know? Judging by the duct tape, I'm willing to bet this is a bit of a DIY maneuver. There's a hook on the ceiling. Ooh, is that for securing it? Do you like lasso a bungee cord up there? Hang on, I want to jump scare people with this. Hang on. Hook up Murphy bed on the first date? My goodness. Hang on. Yeah, I'll just say, watch your fucking step. There we go. You take me home to this room, I'm leaving and calling the police. If you call me this room on my way out the door, I'm gonna trip and break my ankle on something. Gosh. This is so intriguing to me. Like, okay. This is one of those things that the longer I look at, the worse it gets. Because, okay, first off, what's going on with the step heights here? Okay. You got this guy here. You have an itty bitty one here. You have one that's like, this is half a step. This is a quarter step. This is an eighth step. You've got this. What is this? Like, it's not a nightstand. Is this... I was thinking at first it was like it was a place to slip in something to hold the Murphy bed upright, but there's not a matching one on the other side. Did the cover for the Murphy bed hinge break apart? Oh. I was thinking Murphy bed. Honestly, I don't see a hinge over here, guys. Like, unless the hinge is underneath this and we just can't see it. Only in movies? I've only seen it in Scooby-Doo episodes and on here. Okay. There's this weird... Yeah. The Eddie Murphy bed? I would love to know more. I want to see more of the restroom. Look at this. Is this cube glass into a bathtub? Is that what I'm seeing here? Look at the step. Look at the step to get in the tub. Look at the craftsmanship, guys. Oh my God. Need to see a bathtub made of cube glass? I just have the glass tub from the Ed McMahon apartment. That's all I have to offer you, my friends. And I do have that screenshot in a folder ready to go at a moment's notice. Vince, Ed, whatever. I always get them conflated. You know what I mean. One has a giant check. The other is like, I don't know, evil? You know who I meant. Anyway. I don't think Ed McMahon is a terrible person. I said one's associated with giant checks, the other is evil. Let me see. Wasn't Ed McMahon the one who gave out like giant checks or something? Ooh. Piss. That's piss. Man, it's all cubes, huh? Also, Johnny Carson's MC. I didn't know he worked with Johnny Carson. I don't know too much about the guy. Other than I'm sure he's passed by now, right? Anyway. Oh, wait. I didn't know we do get a glimpse of this. Hang on. Okay. I forgot that was not the last final photo. Oh my goodness. Was with Carson for ages, and Carson was a complete piece of shit to him. Really? Are you sure it wasn't just humorous jabbings? Man. No other photos. I want an entire listing to live in that room. I want to see every corner. Okay. Hey. Hello? Can I? There we go. Found a worse one? Threatening messages. 179,000. Oh, it's a webpa. Ooh, pink? Oh, up to the restroom, the shitter. Is that blush wine? Is that blush? Okay. 1912. I'd believe it. If you're looking for affordable fix-up and live-in, this is it. Previous owner actually put a lot of work to the property. Lower bedroom, walk-in, closet, then the bathroom. Also good for investor. God. It's so tired.
Mixolydian Scale just subscribed for 20 months. Hello from the grave.
From the grave? The great beyond. Thank you for the 20. You tired? You sick? I hope you feel better. Let me see here. You know, they don't say much. They do mention... Oh, we've already got buzzwords auto-redeemed. I was going to say it just because of the fix-up, but I love how I'm reading this and it's just like, yeah, what the fuck ever. Come and buy it. It's a house, I guess. Inflame calling Jesus, Mixie. I hope you got some medication, something for that. Oh my God. I am so sorry, dude. 2021 sold again. They're just changing hands here. Good for investor. Let them lose money. Like the passive actually they put in that sentence. Yeah, this is just trading hands super fast. Antibiotics, waiting for the snow, just trying to wait the snow out now. That's going around right now. Mixie, did you see the baffling bedroom conundrum? We were on here for actually a couple minutes, you know? I was actually cropping images for a moment. I'm sorry, folks. Hang on. Let me back up a bit. How long was I cropping images? I didn't resize this properly. I don't think y'all missed anything. Yeah, if you want to ponder over this, Mixie, I threw it on Blue Sky with a picture. I think this is probably the best photo, but there was an earlier one where we were kind of... There's this restroom. I don't know where this is. Is this an ankle breaker? There's multiple. Also, I'm just looking at the... Okay, folks said this is for extraction type things. I'm looking at this and my brain is processing as like a graphics card. Maybe it's because the red color and the fans right here, because my brain just went, what graphics card is that? Pumpkin Bat, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the relaxation station. Cube graphics card. Let me see here. It's a distraction shooter I've heard much about. Yeah, there were also a lot of outlets. I did see that and I got distracted from thinking about it because on this one, there are these guys here, here. And then, let me see here. Oh, are these here? Nothing about the bedroom is relaxing. Maybe eventually you'll just enter a fugue state and fall asleep. Welcome to cursed times. Okay, let me see here. Let me see. Who did I want to pull up next? Okay, close this tab. Do we need a palette cleanse? Ooh. No, we don't need a palette cleanse. All right. Let's look at a proper full-length house as opposed to one with a couple pictures we spend all our time on. Not that that's bad. I've got a couple others that just have a couple photos that are troubling. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Camouflaged house. Can't even see it. I like the awning. There's a nice awning here with a view to presumably the attic. It probably wouldn't be an attic. There's probably an actual bedroom here. That's striking. I kind of like that. A little cute. Oh, boy. Flannel coated. I see. I've got a shirt with this pattern. Oh, baby. You got seafoam green on the walls. Don't hate it. How about some more? Oh, yeah. Also, the shingles. Is Ryudo in here right now? I don't think he is. I feel like I should give him a shout out anytime I see this, honestly. My God. Look at that. He's missing out. Too bad. Okay. Now, this house is pretty well cared for. The main issue, the decor is a little striking. Now, some folks may like it. Some parts, I think most rooms in the house have this carpet. I forgot about the shingles. Oh yeah, there's a Michael's and a Pizza Hut lat over there. Kind of works. I would like if it was a little more sparse, used in like a handful of rooms or something, you know what I mean? Let me do Michael's. Someone loved this house. They did. It's really, really nice. I'm even looking at the skylights. I'm not seeing any moisture leakage, and that's usually something you see in these older houses, like the wood near the trim. You'd usually see some fading from water damage. This feels like a house from the 80s or earlier. It looks really well cared for. Kind of mess with it. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I think it look a lot better with furniture to break it up. Overall, I like it. Yeah. I'm not too crazy about the shingle thing. I just don't quite get it. You know what I mean? Oh, bingo to a mall cop. My God. That's a strange place for a little door there. The ghost of a pool table? Well, this feels like a dining table situation here. That doesn't look quite pool table-ish. Perplexing. Even the goblin door is nice. I'd say this is a cabinet door. I briefly was thinking goblin. I was like, wait, this is on a cabinet, you know? It's just that's an odd place for it. But maybe they wanted easy access to some plates they used often here. If I did have to zero in on something, it looks like they may have had some moisture issues at some point here. You could see this fading where it absorbed up through the fibers. I wonder, is there a washing machine on the other side of this? No, not quite. 100% access to the back of the cabinet. My mom's house. My mouse had one of those. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just sort of like, that's an interesting place for it, you know? Maybe they put stuff there that they accessed all the time, right? Okay, now this is, okay, we were standing here. Next photo, we turn to our left about 90 degrees. Okay. Source, my mouse told me. Okay. There we go. I'm seeing the moisture down here. I'm just wondering what's caused that. There is a lot of lens trickery, though. Okay. So we're just rotating the same spot. I'm not too crazy about curtains over these. But, okay. Not sinful, but it's a choice. Yeah, yeah. And, okay. Guys, what it... Is this just some aluminum liner they have back here? Is that what I'm seeing here? They didn't want it showing like bare wood paneling, and they just put up some sort of... It's either some weird beaded thing, but I think it may just be some sort of like, not aluminum, like, you know the aluminum sheathing you'd put on your windshield to cover it up inside of a car? It's making me think of that. Frosted, translucent. I think this is reflecting the back of one of these trim pieces. I think it's reflecting this fair, Bren. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm totally wrong about that. It's peculiar, whatever it is, though. Okay. All right. Also, oh, it's just an itty bitty Pizza Hut light. I looked past it. Okay, so that's the washer dryer room. That's still the dining area. Washer dryer. Presumably a closet. Okay, now we're in this den. Okay. Anything sticking out here? Don't think so. That's back to the room we were in. Porch. Oh, it's an interesting little window there. So this is a second access point, right? Yeah, so the other... Interesting. The transition between the living room and that dining room, there was a step. There was an oh shit handle in place there. There's another one here. Huh. Am I winning? Am I ever? Are you winning, 14 Android? Good time zone to you. Interesting. They might have been elderly or had some disability, because I'm seeing these sprinkled around the house. Okay. The shingles. Keeping warm? Somewhat. I'm in Texas, so it's not too bad. It's mostly just hoping the power grid doesn't crumble, right? Otherwise, we're just a little below freezing. The shingles, regrettably. Particle? Ew. Excessive wood? Agreed. Gosh. The fact that they've got just particle board here and they still wanted to put down this carpet is interesting. Like if there was just bland-ass carpet with this, sure, but it feels like they wanted to... I mean, I guess they only had one choice of carpet, right? -39 Fahrenheit with wind chill? Jesus Christ. Is that cork? This is particle board? Just cheap-ass, not quite super mulched, but really chewed up wood and just glued together into boards. You know what I mean? Just super cheap plywood, more or less. But strange to see it just sitting out there like that. Is that gloss-sealed particle board? I don't think they put a gloss on it, I think, right? Then again, we can't really tell from here. Yeah, more glue than wood, exactly. I don't think it's shellacked or glossed over, but whomst can say? Crystal lizard plush. Is there like an official Dark Souls one getting put out? Not familiar of a specific one, to be honest with you. I'm not much of a plushie collector, to be honest, though. Okay. I have like a Makar plushie that I got because like a plush creator was at MagFest a few years ago and I had to get it. And it's just kind of sat in my closet, honestly. Even in the attic? My goodness. Moose? Did I miss a moose? No. Wait, this is actually a different room? Wow. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Oh, the runner at the top. Oh. We're spoiled here. Yeah, they must have had like a Groupon or Nona guy, because even up in the attic. So is this the room? This is the room that has that awning outside of a window, presumably. Unless that's covered up and that's where the awning is? Pegboard room? Yep. Okay. The back 40. Frigid. Cold. Cutting diamonds, as somebody once said to me in high school. I hope she's doing well. Okay, let's see here. Or no, cutting glass. I think that's what she said. Not cutting diamonds, cutting glass. Let me see here. Okay. Right around 470K, half acre. Okay. 1988. Cutting diamonds is extra cold. Excellent location. Darling Lake Monticello. Friend's dad is a double-E electrical engineer. Got to check out his basement workshop on Thursday. It was kick-ass. Ooh. Yeah, there's been some fun setups we've seen on here. I remember the big fun setup that sticks out to me in my mind. It wasn't on a Sunday Zillow. I think it was like a stream that I didn't plan on doing a Zillow. Like everything fell through and I just did one as a fallback. But there was one place we looked at where there was like this. The guy who lived there was like a professional woodworker who worked with hand tools, not exclusively, but mostly. And they had like a workshop on the second story. It was gorgeous. Like they had handcrafted drawers for so much shit. It was just a big old house of eye candy. You know what I mean? Because there was so much stuff that was just made out of like immaculately made out of wood just because the guy lived there, knew his craft, and wanted it to look pretty. Anything fun in the description here? I've already done Rambling Derail. Monish Garden, Beach 3. Well-designed home blends restaurant. It was full of eye candy because you were in it? Oh, pshaw. Let me see. So these are his local prices. Yeah, it's pretty well cared for. Wow. Okay, wait, that was 04. 04, 185,000. Yeah, that seems nice. Yeah, it's well cared for. I'm sure whoever moves in, understandably, would want to do something different with the flooring. All right, Valley, good luck with the shift, and my condolences for the hour fuckery, so to speak. You have a good one. Let me see. Rip up, yeah, the shingles too. That's just strange. There's also just the cabinetry. I think that was some aluminum liner that just reflected the backside of trims. I don't think it was giving us a window to anything, right? Okay, who did I want to shift over to next? 450K, nothing near it. I mean, that seems pretty good to me, right?
Explashinix just rated us with a party of 15. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Raiders, Explashinix. How y'all doing, Splash? Hang on. Everybody point and stare. What were you gaming? Banjo-Kazooie? Were you playing OG or were you doing modded shenanigans? There's a lot of weird, goofed up mods for that if you ever shake that tree. You know what I mean? Let me see. PC port. Did somebody reverse engineer the source code on that? Maybe, did I memory hole that or something? Recompilation PC port came out yesterday. Oh, I did not hear about that. Interesting. Someone put that in the channel last night. Ooh, I must have missed that then. Interesting. I've kind of thought about, I'm trying to picture some from my limited experience with N64 stuff as a kid. I don't have the association some people do, but the one I've thought about is just seeing something really fucked, like GoldenEye 4-person split screen running at 60 frames per second. That strikes me as like the most ungodly thing you could see, just like something is wrong here. Trying to remember, were there many performance hitches in the original? I'm sure it dipped down to like mid-teens at some points, right? Some games aren't meant to run at 60 FPS, but consider what if? Just like the weird dudes who get anime openings and extrapolate them to 60K and they all look like dog shit, you know? Let me see here. Perfect Dark was way worse. Ooh. I never actually played that, but I did hear about that a lot. That's right. Those suck so much. I know. And the thing that really pisses me off is whenever you see them, they also become slightly off sync. Sometimes it gets really bad and really egregious, you know? But they're everywhere. This is Rare, after all, who sped up Donkey Kong 64 physics to try and counter the frame drops. Oh, man. Now let me see here. We have a nice, lovely pink and blue and white. Oh. Didn't quite notice we were quite hitting the trans flag colors. Hey. Is that cube? No, that's not cube. But there are a lot of interesting little decorative touches here. There's this cute little balcony right here. There's some... I think these are just decorative. They look like some sort of siding with some scalloping on it. Those goats? I didn't even see the goats. Oh, God. They're these little medallions. They almost look like they're trying to be sand dollars, but they could also just be wagon wheels, frankly. They could be anything. YouTuber Noodle did a video on how much those intros suck, like awful smear frames. Oh, yeah, totally. That's the thing that kind of gets me with a lot of... it comes up sometimes where... It comes up frequently from time to... I mean... It's one of these things that once you see it, you can't unsee it, and one of them is actually frame smearing, regardless of the medium. It's like something like earlier with game capture. If you look at some older video game captures, people are still trying to figure out the brass tacks of how to process videos and edit them. There are a lot of them that have frame smearing and ghosting, and it looks so bad. Ugh. Hang on, am I cropping? No, I'm not. Unfortunately, you're seeing all the pool. But there is some interesting window stuff going on here. There's some stained glass. Okay. Is that full-on gazebo? Looks to just be a covered area. Okay. Oh, no. This. Oh, there is a gazebo. Shit, I missed it. Oof. You gotta drain that, buddy. But, this place has a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. God, there's a greenhouse here. Look at this. Do we go inside here? Can I go inside here? I really want to see what this greenhouse interior looks like. Former synagogue or just Jewish owners? There's a lot of shit in this house. And I feel like if it's well cared for, it would be jaw-dropping. They were cooking with this? With the greenhouse? I hope not. My God. Where's this again? Stevensville, Maryland. Right. I showed this to Yokai because they're a local. And they were just like, where the fuck is this? Oh, it's Stevensville. This is apparently like an island, and getting to this place is super remote, from what I gathered. Okay. Kitchen. Huh. Okay, well, is that a fish tank? Huh. Why would you put that in the kitchen? Yo! Get a load of that cock! Very impressive. One way to keep your fish fresh. Ow. What's the brand on this? Grimace sub? Or not sub, but this Grimace... What I think sub? I think it's sandwiches for some reason. This Grimace oven. I see. Lavender oven. It's not the... oh, right. That's a refrigerator. This is oven. I was thinking about the distastefully named refrigerator. So, there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm not sure what the plan was with this. What's even going on in here? I love me a good mystery. So let me zoom in a bit. This seems to... Okay. What kind of room is this? Technically a bedroom? So, okay, first things first. This looks to be a bar? I can see something for hanging glasses, maybe? But it feels also like an elevated desk situation. Peculiar.
Red bar and beyond.
Some kind of pulpit? Possibly. Like, I can see, like, heater and stuff. There's a bunch of shit that got crammed in this room. So the original purpose is kind of lost on us. This is a mirror. Okay, stained glass. There's bed, mirrored wall, stained glass. Okay, okay. Is that woman? Is this woman? I think it is. I think we get a better look at that in a second. Oof. Okay, pool is back there. Ottomans. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of stained glass. Yeah, this is the top. This top part is the bottom of one of the stained glasses we saw by the pool. We were standing like way out there previously. Okay. Side room, a lot of shit. Yeah, I feel like this is an older person who accumulated a lot of stuff. They passed or had to move out, and now they're kind of, everything got pulled apart, and they're boxing things and stuff like that. Like, this is in the middle of, like, either planning an estate sale or moving out, because you can see a lot of cardboard boxes. You know what I mean? Oh, no! I didn't even know you were in here! I didn't even see this guy! What's Pennywise doing in my possibly repurposed synagogue? What? There's Cat in the Hat, presumably? Doug? The fortune-telling room? I don't see a crystal ball, you know? Hey, are we cursed now? We might be. I've cursed y'all by going into wells in the past. My God, my God. Hang on. It's a lion with blue hair? Yeah, I see it now for sure. Let me see here. Okay. Buddy! 2 of them! 3 of them! More? Let them out! Let them out! Oh my God. Let them out. I don't care how much they're yapping. It ain't my problem. Also, is there a squawker in here? There could be a squawker. It's a little crunch. Also, yeah, it's like, are all 3 of them Pomeranians? It's looking like. Wow. Yellow bourbon? Let me see. So where's the bourbon here? Is that it in the top right? Might be 4 to 5. Yeah, there could be others. I see a splash of color in the top right. I don't know if that's a toy or not. Top right, I think. Okay. What else do we got here? Chemistry. All right. The one in the blue cage could be American Esky, but that's palm adjacent. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the breed, actually. Oh, there's Pennywise again. Wow. Okay, we saw the side of this lady earlier. The bed that we saw is to our left. The bar question mark is behind us and to the left right now from that earlier photo. Man. American Eskimo is a breed that is very palm-like and that they are a ball of fur and eyes. I've actually never heard of that breed before. Okay, let me see. Awful lot of cup cheers. Even though this is just a temporary arrangement, sure. There's a lot of seating in here. I'll hit the button for that. Okay, they've got little fencing to keep the dogs out. I don't know where this is, actually. Where is this? Because we got... Okay, that's not carpet. Oh. No, those are stones. I don't know what room that is. That's not important. Another bedroom. A lot of plushes. This is another access to the backyard / pool area. Okay, okay. I love the stained glass. It's a little... It'd be a little strange living here, frankly, but I really like it. Ooh. I'd feel scared walking out here. This is a little rough looking. My goodness, my goodness. Terrapin Nature Trail. Oh, this is nearby parts on the edge of Stevensville, I suppose. Someone died in those reeds for sure. Never know that unless you find a body, my boy. You ain't find a body, you ain't got no proof to back up your claims. Auto call. Now, let me see what we got in here. 20.69 acres. 98? Really? I thought you would have been a little older. Oh, that's a name drop. The Pink House. I see. Name drop for next game. Let me see. Okay.
Metrognome_143 just subscribed for 36 months.
My goodness, thank you for the Prime. And for the 4 battle boards. My God, thank you, dude. Huge deck. Screen gazebo. Anything else? Crab! This opportunity! Little bit of Maryland humor for ya. Tee-hee wink. I'll do name drop and buzz just because. I appreciate the attempt at a joke.
-2.
Why -2? I think it's fine. They don't make any references to Old Bay, which I find perplexing. Okay.
Grab this.
Rude. Okay. Let's see here. Where am I? 30 minutes to break. Okay. So, which one were you? Ah, right. Okay. I may... Ooh, no. You're cool. You're very cool. I was about to say I may put you off for a week. What was this guy? 84 pictures. Might save this to a bit. Ooh, you're
Old
interesting.
ballet.
Old ballet. Okay. Let's do one of this. Okay. Okay. And let's see here. House. What does it say in the subtitle beneath it? House. Squint. I don't know what that says. Venue? I guess it's venue. Huh. What's
Jacqueline
going
just
on in
rated
the
us
house
with a party
venue?
of 10. Let's give him a warm welcome.
My God. Jacqueline. Good time zone. You're just in time for some horrors. What were you up to? Everybody point and stare. Ease 1 and 2. Yes, 1 and 2. Folks, how do you pronounce that yourselves? I know there's a proper way. I've heard somebody unironically say wise. I've heard yes. I've heard yees. I've heard ease. In the mood for horror? Excellent. How did yes 1 and 2 go for you, by the way? I'm dog shit at bump combat games, frankly. Weekend Zeld's Rando. Oh, did I misread that? Hang on. see here. Oh, I misread that. I am sorry. I misread that in the description. Oh. Did you have fun? Let me see. Can't be that bad. Oh, don't worry. Opera House. Okay, that says recital. That says recital. Okay. Hang on. I briefly went. Okay. Let me do end game. Let me do the next game. This. Let me see. Okay. So I had to do name drop and buzzword for the start of the game. Let me see. There we go. Okay. All right. Interior. Ooh, we got the Christmas tree lights already? Oh my god. I forgot this is in Texas. Shit. Okay. What is going on in here? Well, it is likely repurposed, I suppose, but was this... Let me see here. It's very pretty. I can't stand this music. I can't stand the Pac-Man shit. What's the next track? Outro FMV. You're very quiet. You want this? It comes with an old saloon-style bar? Bet the floor creaks. Well, we're on the first floor. It's probably not going to creak too much, right? All right. What we got? Oh, where's this? Oh, this is right behind that bar counter. Okay. Noted. Now, bar counter's here. That's the front door over there. Okay. I'm trying to fill in what this did here. I'm sorry, vocals. I can't think when you're singing in my head. Now, was this like an art hall thing? What was this for? What was your purpose room? I wonder.
I've never seen a mushroom
Did
that
say recital
size.
hall, right? Yeah. So that's the exit. I guess this might be the recital hall itself, because there's an exit back there. So this is presumably on the other side of those doors. Okay. Pool. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mark off repurposed. Repurposed home. There we go. There are a couple rooms in here that are really cool, in my opinion. This is all the prelude before those, so I'm just kind of skipping through them, to be honest with you. Now, let's see. Hallway. Ooh, a little roller desk. Racing Lagoon. Somebody heard it. Wait, are we already at Racing Lagoon?
That mushroom's the size of a Cadillac.
Actually, no, Racing Lagoon's in a little bit. This is still the tail end of the, whatchamacallit, the whatever soundtrack. Racing Lagoon kicks in probably a little over 2 hours in, I think, from how I got the playlist going here. The whole jazz fusion type flavor just spoke to me today, you know? Okay, bathroom, whatever. Nice seating. Bathroom, whatever. Okay. Now, I think we're getting close. I see an organ. Possibly a little organ. What is this place? It's a recital. It's a recital hall. Okay. But we're getting some stained glass. What could this mean, I wonder? Oh. Well, there's something going on in here. Okay. This is totally wrong, but for some reason when my brain saw this, I started thinking of like a roller rink. You would never do a roller rink in here, but something about it just made my brain think of it. You wouldn't do it on bare wood or anything like that. Now that's a recital hall? Could be. Now, there is a seating area directly above us, and there's a stage over there. Okay? The shot when we get up in this overlooking area, when we get up here, it looks amazing. Indoor balcony. I mean, it probably is one, right? I think I took away indoor balcony. Yeah, I took that away ages ago. Now, this is most definitely like a repurposed church at some point, I feel. God, look at that. Look at that. Now, it looks like they removed the seating because we have the tiers for all the chairs and the stained glass back here. Yeah, they must have just had foldable chairs or something they put down in here. Amphitheater, thank you. I was tripping over my words trying to recall or wrestle a word. But this is where you're sitting up here. Looks really cool, honestly. And then this is... I think that's the... Yeah, I think that's the stage right there. So we're like to the stage's right. Maybe. This is restrooms, I guess. Yeah. Okay. And we're in the Ska-verse. Okay, this looks to be storage. These are tables and folding chairs. And that's a bar. Okay. This is probably something you'd break out to, like, entertain a small party or something, you know? Hate that tile, but it's so... I mean, at least it's got some distress in it, you know what I mean? A little splash of flavor. Must be for banquets, I suppose. Entertaining small parties, making use of the 2 pool tables. This is probably for a band, I guess. That's it. So what's the history of this place? 800,000 Victoria, Texas. Looks like FNAF Pizzeria. It's a little small. Aren't the FNAF pizza places supposed to be a little larger? Possibilities are endless. Historical gem right in the heart of downtown Victoria. Venue for gatherings, weddings, but could be so much more. Wow. Yeah, just a downtown little venue place. How old is it? 1893. Good God. How old is Victoria? How old is Victoria? Hang on. When were you founded? Definitely not the oldest, but it's getting up there for old as far as Texas towns go. Oh, wow. Founded in 1824. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Still in the old days of Texas independence. Okay. Anything else? Let me see here. Has a back door to the rectal hall. Yep. Definitely saw that. We saw that up front. It wasn't shy about that. Let me see. 08, $500,000. Yeah, just kind of parked around there. Huh? Interesting. Okay, let me tuck this guy aside. Now, where am I at? 20 minutes. Okay. What am I feeling? Am I feeling Samurai Cop? Or should I wait? Am I feeling Samurai Cop? What else do I have? Ooh. Grandma. Grandpa. What about you? What was this listing? Hang on, folks.
Kitana, that means Japanese sword.
What does katana mean? I really don't remember much about Samurai Cop, but that's one of the things, you know? Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay, this one. Where's the... Okay, this is a weird website. Okay, I got it. This had a really weird full screen thing. Let me do this. Yep. Might be in cocaine decor territory? Let me see. Can you please hold off? How long would I have to hold off for? I was thinking of showing that guy today, you know. Let me see. This is the shit you see on your way to Nova Prospect.
Pick that up.
Okay. Well, we are in snowy times. Oh yeah, look at that. My God. Some nice blues. Got the whites, got the black. Okay. Is this the coloration we're going with here? Largely white with blue and black accent, I suppose? Okay. Exit door. Why do you have a labeled exit right inside the front door here? Like, you come in from the front door and immediately to your right, there's an exit? Huh. That's strange. Okay. We got some really vexing, interesting decor here. There seems to be some painting along these slope ceiling bits. There is a tiered roof at the top as well. There's also... Okay, hang on. This is a circular item on the wall. It's not hanging from the roof. This is hanging from the roof, though. Let me see here. I'm going to do wall or ceiling painting for that sloped roof decorative presentation. Let me see. This is cocaine core for a villain layer. Let me see. Another aquarium. Huh. So everything here seems to be really well cared for. For a second, I thought there was a gunch, but this is just the texturing on whatever this material is. Yeah, this is just like what's the word? Velour, velvet? Crushed velvet? This is probably just ruffled a bit and it looks gunched. Okay. The ceiling? Oh my God. Wow. So the slope ceiling has a fishy aquarium artwork on it. That is interesting. That might be a wallpaper, but I've already marked it off. But we also got this over here, which is probably painted on the wall. It looks like it's slightly concave from how the light is hitting it. It's got these fiches on it. Okay. Stairway down. Where are we? Ohio. Okay. I was about to say it looks like we have a basement, so I immediately thought, okay, we can't be in Florida. There was also snow, so I guess that discounts it. Okay, pool hall. My God. Oh, God. Under the sea jokes or fish puns? I wonder if there's much of a description. This is like a specific site for this house. Rather, it's not a Zillow, it's not a Redfin. It has its own private thing. Those are usually pretty straight-laced, you know what I mean? Okay. So this is exposed. So you are gonna be... Okay, that's glass. I can see it reflecting this. Okay. This is probably all closed off. Okay, you aren't gonna have chlorine getting directly into the house, at least. The smell. At least 10 million. It is in Ohio, but I don't know how much acreage comes with this relatively pristine house. Wait a second. Tennis champions. Tennis champs. Huh? What was this used for? Was this a special tennis location for Chets and Little Lord Fauntleroy's? Is this a extremely secluded, preppy tennis locale? I wonder. Public sporting club? Gosh, the trellises, the climbers. That's a little strange. They have these trellises with climbers. They don't really have much. You know what I mean? Usually if you have these, you either have some or nothing. Like, this is barren over here. There's a couple here. There's this over here. I don't know what's going on over here. This looks like bad hair plugs, damn near. Huh. Okay, that's for access. Another shot of the court. Locker room. No thanks. No thanks. Fiche again. Okay. Bathroom. Wow. Well, they're sticking with the colors, I guess. Another bathroom situation. Oh, I thought this was access to a basement. Okay, the thing that I pointed out as being access to a basement, it's actually just slightly recessed, and it's a pseudo kitchen of some sort. Huh. Okay. That's a face. That's a face. Food time! Ooh. This has got to be like a really preppy youth center or something. Like, look at this. These things are really, really expensive. You're talking too much, talking track. I can't hear myself think. Don't make me go to Racing Lagoon. I might. Not that's a bad thing. Hang on. Oh yeah, I've got to. This is just sound effects and stuff. Racing Lagoon. Where was this? There we go. Okay, Racing Lagoon now. Huh. Okay. Uh-oh, do I have a sneeze?
Here at the Lagoon of Racing, our tracks love to talk and laugh. That's what makes them laugh tracks.
Ooh, my God. Okay, I'm glad the mute button worked. Ooh. Okay. Gosh, it is so isolated. Whoa. Okay, that was the last photo. It just rubber banded to the start. Beechwood, Ohio. Ooh, that's tiny text. That is very tiny. Most unique and exciting properties in Beechwood, second to none. The Hangar. Hang on, let me. The Hangar. Architecturally magnificent Art Deco. Built in 1930. Wow. President James Garfield? Designed by renowned architect Abram Garfield, son of President Garfield. Oh, wow. Well, we've already got name drop. Haven't had one built by presidential family members. Hand-painted murals by June Platt. Oh yeah, that was not a wallpaper, I guess, on the sloped ceilings. My God. Wow. The Garfield phone? Yeah, they made him president. You believe that? Pardon me. $2.4 million is what it's saying for the price. Wow. 1930. Is there acreage with this? Like, the house is very big. But 27K in taxes? Yeah, if you just turn to the new local YMCA, you could make that up pretty fast. 4.15. Oh, I must have missed it on here. Okay. Where are we at on time? 10 minutes to break. Lot acreage, 4.15. I see. Okay, let me, bit. Is there a shortish one I could tuck in here before the break? I want to spend time on this guy. Ooh. All right, Switch, have a good one. Take care. Where is this? What is this? That's a lot of photos on you. What about you? Spoilt for choice. You are this one. You are this one. You are 42. Actually, this may be the one to go with. Yeah, let's go with this one. Pretty innocuous, but we could get through this before the break. Nothing too gross here, I don't think. This is just kind of like an interesting little mid-century modern situation. Very grandma-grandpa flavored, I feel. I think I was probably about to throw this one out, but I was like, it's got enough going on in here. For, peeking in through the windows going, yeah. Okay, so I'll go to a bit of a clip. Let's see. 3 garages. Big fucking driveway. So wide, my God. Now, interior. Wow. New Mexico, this is probably cromulent. Only $500,000. My God, my God. It's so interesting to come through these listings and see things. It's just strange to me to see homes with furniture that my grandparents would have had. And the ones who had the taste for this furniture, they passed when I was a kiddo. So whenever I see this sort of furniture in a house that's well cared for, it's always like, whoa! It's like I hadn't seen furniture like this in a house in this sort of a, collection since I was a kiddo. So seeing it in a modern house, I'm just like, wow. That's most New Mexico home walls. Oh, they go this direction with their wallpapers. No, this is something they just fold up for guests, I guess. Like you don't have knee access over here. What's this on the ground? What am I seeing? Is that a weird... Did something just corrupt the image or something? That doesn't make any sense. Fairy dust? Weird. Maybe they did a photo effect and just something well, they didn't do a cleanup on it. It's something from this tracking down here. I don't know why. That's weird. Okay. Lens flare, ghosts, weather balloons. That's my theory. Ooh. Well, we have our old friend Carpeted Kitchen making an appearance. Let me check that box. Commemorative plates. We also got Old World Tech. This is radio or intercom. I don't know which. Probably intercom? Probably intercom. I don't see speakers per se. Let me turn this up. I think it's a little too quiet for y'all. There we go. Had one of those intercom things in my last place. I'm guessing it didn't work, Vic. It feels like this is one of those things I've only seen a few times in my life and they've always been broken, The colors. Yep. Look at that. Look at this ancient oven, this olive green. Countertop, this hood over this range. At least the range is semi-modern. Like this is one of those, it's like a glass top, I believe. I feel like maybe. Anyway. Ooh, I didn't notice the waxy sort of tablecloth. Man. Is this carpet on top of carpet? Huh. You didn't want to go for a different color to break that up? No? All right. Yeah, can I have mossy green and wet mossy green? Extra carpet near the water. It's funny because this right here looks like this exact same carpet, but just like it's super damp, Washer, dryer. This is not the same room, right? No, it's not. So I don't know where this is. Okay, wheelchair. We saw this coming. A day bed. Is that a turlet? Wait, is that a turlet? Oh. Okay. Yeah, hospital turlet. Okay. Got it. I was for a second like, that's not a full-on toilet, right? Okay. Now, this is full length? Is this full length windows? Full length interior windows in a house like this. Wow. Like, we saw something kind of like this in the last house, but that was separating from a pool hall. Seeing it in a case like this is so rare. Also, yeah, that old TV. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Got to observe the patient. Boy. Okay. Old enough to have had one of those wooden cabinet TVs. I never came across one. Which is like I mentioned my old grandparents. I absolutely could have seen one of these, but they'd already moved on to big chunky CRTs that didn't have the whole wooden casing, you know? God, that's one of the fucking things. That's one of the things that really stick out to me so much. Like, my brothers, largely my older brother and I, not my oldest, because he got the hell out of Dodge as soon as he could. My older brother and I were always the cheap labor. We moved so many fucking CRTs. And like, my mother's parents, well, I guess my mother's mom and her husband, I should say, they always had gigantic fuck-off CRTs. So it'd always be, Giop and brother, come and move this oversized TV. Y'all are the only two who can pick it up. And that kind of kept going. And my family, the next generation of my family began popping up. And they all ended up being like 90-pound waifs, little girls. So it's just, even now, if anybody, I mean, most of the family is kind of scattered and stuff, but anytime there's moving stuff, it's always like, hey, could Giop and his brother come and move this stuff? And it's just like, really? Really? Getting to lifting at young age. I mean, it paid off, frankly. But it was one of those funny things because we'd always get called as the cheap help, so to speak. And my brothers and I were like the youngest for the longest time. And as soon as the people who were like 10, 15 years old enough started having kids, they were all girls and they didn't grow up to be very big girls. So it'd always be like, well, we can't move this stuff. Please wait. Fine. Bunch of cretins. Oh God, I forgot about this. Regularly get volunteered by your dad to move stuff. Oh yeah. This is the fancy bathroom. Bella, don't say that. Did I miss a Michaels? Are you saying there's no Michaels? I've already done carpet-fitted bathroom. Okay. Boy. Look at that. Like 2 ago? Hang on. Did I miss one? Did I miss a Michal? This is a miscellaneous little room. Hate to tell you this, but your grandparents... Well, presumably. I don't see a Michaels. Hallway shot. Let me see here. Hallway. Oh! What does it say? God bless our home. Hang on. You need to jump scare people. Hang on a second. Uh-oh. I didn't realize that house, that picture from like the first or second house got a lot of attention, unfortunately. Uh-oh. Let me see here.
Wow, Bella gifted Wary Canary a subscription.
Bella, thank you for giving Canary a sub.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to Wary Canary.
Thank you so much. No, that's not right. I gotta do something about my keyboard. The control key is going flaky on me. Let me see here. Yeah, sure. That'll work. Okay. Color doesn't make this tub in red anymore. Doc, how do you find this? I mean, I guess we haven't had a faucet fixture conundrum in a bit. Birthday bath. Jesus, that is the exact same tub, isn't it? $10,000. $10,000. Oh my God. Yeah, 10K gets you the right off the factory floor. Huh? Hang on. My God. I'm locking this away for later. Jesus. Mom worked for Home Depot in the bath department, so I know Kohler pretty well. I'm willing to bet most Home Depots don't have this model sitting around, right? This is something you have to order out of the catalog. It's funny because the red one just made me think of older, but this is relatively modern. Jesus. Oh boy. Well, there's the turlet. Of course. That was back in the late 90s. Oh, I see. Very 70s, but it's retro. Okay. Anything else in these sleepy side rooms? Since we are a little past the break. I think that was the main reason I had this guy in my back pocket. It's more carpeted bathroom over here, which is fine. Oh, some old dresses and stuff. Ooh, that sweater. Look at that. Look at the 90s/80s on this sweater. I could just see the sleeve. Very nice. Ooh, boy. Ask her if she'd sell this. Hang on, which one's this? What? Bella, that's not a tub. That's a bowl that you'd fill with grandma candy or something. No padded shoulder pads. God, right? My mother had so many of those. Boy. Anything else? This is a rather surprising backyard. There's a well? Oh, shit. Not like that, Bella. Don't take my words out of context. Oh, boy.
That's a bowl that you'd fill with grandma, Gia. 2026.
I said grandma candy. Not the grandma named Candy. Was this a retirement home? It's not big enough for a retirement home, but there's definitely somebody who was nearing end of life treatment, you know? Does the Buick come with it? Let's see. What is this, the bottom left? Huh. What's this in the bottom left, exactly? Old tool stuff, so it could have just been like, I don't know. So this is Artesia, New Mexico, 500,000, built unknown. Anything fun here? Throw a pizza onto the roof. Actually, Bella, the exact house that was used for that scene did cross my path at some point. I usually skip those houses because there's not much of interest, but I remember very specifically seeing the listing and somebody had like a picture of that scene from the show. And it's like, yep, that's the house. I can't remember if the interior matched. Probably not. It's kind of like with the Home Alone house, where it wasn't really the Home Alone house that we found the listing for, but it was something they looked at for reference photos, you know? Stucco shop? Did that say anything about stucco? Oh, the tag stucco shop. What does that mean? Grandma might have liked it since it was built. Yeah. I'm curious when this was built, because this feels like the person who lived here probably got to like their 90s in this house, honestly. Lived until death, for sure. Original owner and everything. If I was curious enough, we could probably look up nearby houses and just clock it from that. But, okay. Let me see here. Let me, what's the address? Oh, shit. Hang on. Let me grab that again. Where was that? I just closed the tab. New Mexico. Where were you? It was Artesia, right? Yeah, there it is. Address is let me slap that in the chat. Close that. Paste. That's the street address. Okay. Let me start up words again, and we'll take 5-ish. Let me do this here. Yeah. I will kill the pre-roll right now and bit. Okay. Now take 5, do what you need to. Be right back. Do this here. Okay, okay. I think I'm going to see if I need to finish up this entire handful of houses I grabbed here. Because I think, what were the ones I saved here? Yeah, you're one I want to look at. You're one I want to look at. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, okay. Let me do this. Let me also, just because I think I'm blocking some of the letters, I'll hide the puppet for the moment. All right, back in 5. 75 is what it looks like, so that checks out. Okay, okay. That fits. Mystery solved. Good work, gang. All right, do what you need to. Be right back. Let me see here. Sputum is a good word. Whoops. I accidentally hit my microphone. Microphone, are you okay? Looks like. Okay. Who did I want to go to next? I suppose you? What was your bid? Ooh. Huh. What the hell? Huh. And then we have... Yeah. Oh no, just lag. And just one missing. All right. Where's this next one? Oh, right, that's where it is. Let me click this. Let me bring back you. And let me... Where's that? There we go. And here. There we are. Well. Time for the one that I teased as, what does katana mean? Okay. And let me see here. It means Japanese sword. Okay. All right. This is the front entrance. It looks like it's trying to flirt with some design decisions, but it doesn't really get too far into it. Because I remember inside, it doesn't have much Japanese, I don't believe. Let's see. Is this a koi pond? Is it a koi pond? Oh, baby! That's koi. Now, that should count for little guys. I hope they lived longer than this photo shoot. I'm concerned that they just plunked them into the water for the photo, and they're like, well, that's just it. Nature just handles the rest, right? These koi are hungry beasts. Look at them. They want treats. Koi are a kind of carp? I don't know. Ooh, it's got these old style rain gutters. Haven't seen one of these in a bit. Wow. Very nice. I forget the formal name for them. Okay. I feel these posts, they could have done better with these. They don't really mesh with the colors. They really stick out. Gutter chimes or something like that. I don't know. Definitely haven't seen them in a bit. Really charming, though. Okay, inside front door. Oh, they've got more of these posts. Why not? Okay. Bamboo ceiling, yeah. And just really, really ugly posts in the interior. Is this the house we saw? Is this a house we saw before? It is not, actually. There is one that we saw that delved into this aesthetic outside, but at least inside, it stayed consistent. We've just entirely gone, I don't know, we're doing something different now. Because at least one of those rooms had like a kotatsu. They had sliding doors sprinkled throughout. This feels just vaguely Eastern Asian, because I thought it was Japanese outside. I'm seeing some stuff that's telling me Chinese, I think? I don't know. They're just going for a loose vibe, I guess, you know? This is a side room? Kimono, I suppose? A lot of fish stuff. Like these little fish over here, they look like horns, but they're actually hooting at you. Woo! Look at them. Kitchen. Gosh, it's the ceiling textures with this. I don't know what they're going for here. They got actual bamboo. speculating whether or not the owner is culturally appropriating. I feel like they're appropriating big time here, honestly. Like, this may not be their main kitchen, but even looking at the fixture here on the faucet, it's so boring. Look at that sink. Why not spend more money making this look nicer? Okay, okay. Is this literally the only kitchen? Is this... This is so boring. Like, this is like the apartment special, but I guess it's got an extra basin and it's red, but still, this is like, you could do so much better than this. We're gonna find the anime room. Ooh, is there an anime room? No, found the shitter. Okay. Basin. All right, all right. Hit that checkbox, I guess. And here we have the sliding doors, but they're in the shitter. Do these even slide? I guess they probably do. They probably do. Okay, okay. Yeah, they probably do. Okay. This is just a weird, shitty closet slash office that nobody uses, I imagine. Pool! And hotted tub over there. Okay. They got these fronds going right into the water. All right. Sauna with the... Is that a plunger? No. Okay, it's a shovel of some sort, I guess? Or... No, is this for a bucket? Is this for the bucket for water? Yeah, okay. This is the little... The water for rocks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For a second, I thought it was a plunger stuck on something. I was like, wait a minute. Sauna's plugged. All right. Oh, where are you? Makes for a nice photo. Ooh. Okay. Okay. We're back in Japanese decor, I guess? Wow. Why extend the track all this way? Is there something back here I'm missing? Huh. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. The track extends along the entire wall. Oh! Well, here's a... That's a rarity. My God, my God. Is this the master bedroom? Is this it? I guess so. Yeah, we've got porches over here. The classic. Okay. Another bathroom. Oh, my hollowed out brothers. My God. There's your tub right there. Shower. Okay, okay. Anything else speaking to me? Not quite. Yeah, just multiple shots. The same restroom. Closets. Okay. Whoa! I see, I see. And guest room? Okay, okay. Where's this in the flow of the house? Okay, that's the hallway with all the sliding doors down there. This is when you face down the ninja before the walls get painted in a spray of blood. Oh, we actually have some tatami mats here? Oh my God, finally. Just one room with this? Just one room? I thought if you have a house with this styling, why just one room? It's not even the full room, you know? So peculiar. Such an odd use of money. Oh, the pool goes outside the room. Wow. Big back 40. Okay. A lot of seating stuff. They got these pillows out just for the photos. Okay, for a second, I thought this was a really goddamn big bird. And this is like its tail feathers or something. I'm glad it's not. But I briefly was like, whoa! Mega turkey. Yeah, exactly. And this is... Are you a hotted tub? Or are you a greenhouse? Presumably a greenhouse? I think it's a greenhouse. Yeah. Little posts for support for the planters and stuff. Holy smokes. This is in Greenville, South Carolina. 3.9 million. Whoa. 10 acres. Your Paris Mountain Modern Zen Retreat. Trying to hit some SEOs right here, huh? What else? Asian inspired. We can't get too specific, though. Let's see. Anything fun here? 300 square foot greenhouse. I would have liked to have seen what's in there, but I'm sure it's empty. VOF required upfront. Verification of funds? Is this like one of those weird show me your pay stub situations? Make sure you're not some riffraff. Okay. Paris Mountain. Well, there's a Paris, Texas. It sure as shit don't got a mountain, though, let me tell you. It's always been multiple million, it seems. When was this built? 88. Okay. Neighbors have to be insufferable. Honestly, it's really isolated. I don't think you have much in the way of neighbors if you got this in 10 acres, right? VOF is pre-approval for rich people and people who pay in cash. Naruhodo. All right. Now let me see. Who do I want to go to next? Presumably a house for fuckers. Okay. What were you? I think I've got some really pretty ones that I could probably kick the can on for a bit. Oh, wow. Not you. Okay. I have our next victim. I may rifle around within my other handful of houses, because I think I have the last two I want to close on, but otherwise I think I need to grab a few more that are... I've got a bunch that are really cool, but they aren't quite hitting what I'm feeling at the moment. Okay. Oh yeah. Lime green, right in the front door. Bit of shock and awe. Lime green and black. A little bit of Wicked Witch of the West situation going on here. Okay. The Key Lime Room. Yum. Ooh, wow. Huh. Okay. So, let's see here. Oh yeah. Ow, my eyes. Sure. It's vibrant enough. Let's
Key
see.
Lime Room on my eyes.
Interior. There's the fireplace. All right. Do we have a weird lens thing going on? I think we do. I think we do have a bit of a lens thing going on. And this is a mirror spanning the full wall. Okay. So that's reflecting back the stairway behind us. All right. Okay, there's some different colors over there.
What's the Grinch here?
It's Grinch. Okay. Chroma key something in the background. Gosh, it really is lined up for chroma key, ain't it? Hang on. What was this? You're a crop. Why do I have crop on here? Chroma key. Green. Default green. Immediately, default green did all of that. Holy smokes. Crazy, right? Crazy. Can I, hang on. Can I, just a second, y'all. Bueno. Look at that. She's perfect. All right. Don't worry. Wario will return. Well, we've got a Jolly Rancher theme going on here. Green apple going to strawberry, I imagine. This is probably the strawberry shade they use. I'm sorry, is that a board blocking the door? It is! Goodness me. Is this just hammered in place? Charming. No escape. No. Black ceiling, weird. Yeah, it's got some odd flex going on up here. Like, is it trying to be mimicking a starry sky? Probably. I hope that's not some sort of a growth, right? Oh, I see the kitchen. Ooh, baby. Ooh, look at that old oven. Nice. All right. Pretty okay otherwise. Oven's a little old, but if she works, she works. The old gal's still kicking. Okay. Huh? What do you say? Eat slow, eat small, eat smart. Watch your fucking step. What's the watch your step for? Is it about something in there? It looks to be flush. Why watch my step? Huh. Okay. We're eating shit apparently. Yeah, oven's not working. Ooh, okay, that's a window there. Boy, that's a narrow restroom actually. Just wide enough for the turlet. Oh. Just we're refinishing the floor. Just paint around. Just paint around the entertainment terminal thing, you know? There was something really heavy here they did not want to move. Oh my god. It looks like to be something. Ooh, wait. There's some more over here. Look at that skin. Yumma. All right. Well, furniture's heavy. I can understand. Oh. Sky blue? On the second floor, presumably? I see something. Bottom right is a stack of bricks. Oh. All right. Window looked like a painting for a second. I mean, this guy over here or this guy over here? I can see it. What is in that window? That's going to be a AC unit, I imagine? Ancient one. Look at that patina. Hoo boy. They're doing this ceiling distressing thing. Not distressing, weird pattern stuff. Okay. But what are the bricks for? I thought that was going to be like a hint of a fireplace, but it wasn't. Ooh. Somebody left some spaghetti out for us? What's going on here?
The ceiling is about as distressed as I am right now about this house.
Where's that cable going? Is that a coax? Nope, it's an outlet they got plugged into down here. Wow. So this is like a really... There's like a really old outlet, it looks like, maybe? Or is that even an outlet? Or is that a hole that the cable's sneaking into and plugging in elsewhere? That's just a hole? Yeah. Are they snaking it from somewhere else in the house? Huh. Peculiar. Mystery spaghetti. This is the room where the spaghetti is piled up. Ugh. Ugh. Needs a little TLC. A little bit of TLC. Oh man, they ran off with the shower head. Man. Purple. Whoa. What happened? What happened? What happened here? What happened here? Okay, first of all, that speaks to me as a goblin door. It's got trim. It's got trim. That's a door. But what's going on above it? Water happened? They had to cut into it at 2 junctions. Okay. I see now. The shower is on the other side of this. They had to cut into this for access to the pipes, and they just never closed it up? And this is some additional access for something in the plumbing? Wow. All right. Ooh! Oh no! Is it normal to access the shower from the back? I've never actually seen that before. Usually there's like an access door into a tub. Well, what do you think of my electrical work here? Just got a little bit of a dangling outlet. Oh yeah. But what happened with the paint here? Like, something was in the way and they did not want to move it. Yeah, there's a scorch mark down there too. Boy. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I've got to do visible damage for this for sure. It's one that redeemed multiple times by now. Dresser with a big round mirror. It's so funny to me. They had 2 spots on the ground floor where they did not want to move the floor, or they did not want to move 2 heavy things when they're refinishing it. And then there was this right here. They were just like, just brush around it. It'll be fine. Man. But yeah, it looks like this just blew. And they did this back here? I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, the windows over here are broken, it looks like. Kind of got a little distracted, I suppose. Well. Bathroom again? Yep. Additional room? Okay. Are radiators paintable? It looks like they're paintable in this house. Ooh. So, did they just not have a guy for the drywall work? Is that just what happened? They didn't have a guy who could come back in and fix this up? Wow. Huh. Ooh, yes. Attic. Finally! Some meat! Whoops. Not that redeemed. I was really... When I saw those holes in the wall, I was like, where's the meat? Where's the meat? Boy. This is going to be ancient. Down to the basement. There's a heater, I suppose. Back of the chimney, some access here, it seems. What's in the yellow room? I think that's a clean out, I think. Presumably a clean out. Right there. Let me see here. Ooh, what are you? What the? What? The fuck is that? Auto call, I guess. What is? Okay, I really hope we go in there. Yeah, wall. It is to our bottom left, whatever the hell that is. There's water heater. Yeah, some Is a yellow room sink. No? Can we not get an identification on this? I think that is a cylinder of fiberglass insulation for the water heater. I mean, these water heaters, they don't usually have those like that, right? Like, this is how you see them sitting around typically. This looks ancient, though. You think like it from an old water heater or something? I wonder why they'd still have that here. Huh. Let me see. We still got 10 photos, but I think they're all going to be outside here. Yeah, backyard. Boy, I've never been, but this house looks so good on the outside. Old oil heater. Ooh. So this place is Detroit, and it seems whenever we get outside of a house in Detroit, I can always see it. And I've never even been there before. Huh. A secondary house, a workshop. All right. That's it. Uh-huh. It does have its own flavor. The flavor is 130,000. Built 1924. Sought after historic Russell Woods subdivision. The Russell Woods subdivision? Oh my goodness. 4 bedrooms too. Jack and Jill full bathrooms. First floor half bath. Okay. Anything else? No. Those water heaters are too big to be removed from the basement. They were put in there before the first floor was built. They're that big? Really? Interesting. Let's see. So that is... Game is done. Auto call's gone through. Let me get the next house, and then I will start the next game, just to give folks time to do this. Can't cut them up with a torch? I imagine you could cut them with a torch, but this seems like a place where the people were very... I mean, we saw what they did with the walls, frankly. These people probably just threw it aside and just let it sit there. It seems consistent with a lot we've seen, you know? Okay. Are you the house I wanted to end on? I could probably show you before that, right? Yeah, I'll show you second to last. And that's the last house there. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let me see. Ooh, interesting. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. I kind of pulled up a big bunch of houses, and I'd been picking through them for the stream. I've also got some other stuff in a remaining group from 2 weeks ago. Hang on. Well, that was the repurposed house in Victoria. Okay. We do end game. Start next game. Let me briefly pull up words on stream just to kill a minute or two, guys. Let me see what else I've got here. I'm picking through these others because I feel like I want to grab a couple of them and shove them in here. The stuff I've got remaining up here, I kind of want to save for another time. This is the one that was... This is the one in Belfast, right? Yeah. So that's Belfast there. Okay. Which one are y'all? This here, this here, this here, and this here. So this is... Yeah. Not this guy. Skip you. Which one are you? Are you one that I... Oh, right. You were the first house. You were the one in Minneapolis. Remove this guy. You are a little too similar to a house we've already shown. I'll save you for another time. What about you? What about you? Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got one for sure. Okay, I think I know what I'm looking for in these guys. Save you for another time. You're also similar to that other guy. Ah, some interesting decor. Oh, you're also really long, though. Okay, where's the other one I was thinking of? There's definitely one here that's like on the tip of my tongue for a house I want to show y'all. I didn't scrub past it in this first bundle I've got here, right? This is 35 photos. I get through that pretty fast. Just a couple more minutes, folks. Just a sec. There's like one I'm looking for that I know I have in here. Let me just pull up this third group and see if it's in here. It should be. Because if it's not, I have no clue where it went. Okay. You. Okay, I think I found one of them. Yeah. This is here. Oh, did they remove a bunch of photos on this guy? Maybe. And are you the one here? Oof. Okay, not quite. Boy, this is killing me. Okay. Got one for sure. Got two. Yep. Did I close that tab? Yes. This guy. Okay. Okay. Get this guy here. And just through the rest of these tabs. Hang on, folks. Just looking at 4 more real fast. Oh, there you are. Okay. What were these others before I do that? Ooh. You're actually really charming. Yeah, I'll see if I can fit this guy in. Close tab. Okay. I had all these ones that I wanted to show in this final group of like 8. So I was just picking through these, like, where are those houses? I know they're in here. And they were all bundled. They were all in the same handful. Okay. Yeah. And what were these two? Yeah, you're just kind of a mid-century modern fellow, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. And this is the Baton Rouge house. Okay, perfect. Down in front. There you go. Godspeed. I'm ready after this game. Oop. Pardon me. Okay. Close this. Move my bingo to a new window again. Start the next game. Unless I did already. I did. Okay. Oops. And let me do this. That. Oh! Forgot Wario was there. Okay, and I'm done with words on stream. I can close that. All right. Ooh, yeah. Real short one. Ooh, yeah. Spiral stairs. First of the night. Let me mark this off. Narnia lamp. That is interesting. Three separate ones in various states of disrepair. This one's got a little something in it. These are empty. Now this is most likely repurposed. Definitely repurposed. I'll mark that off once we get a little further into it. Wait a second, is that a sword? It is a swashbuckling sword, dare say. Ooh. Right in front of a changing screen. Ooh, it's also got these really shitty swivel seats. Oh, God, I hate these. I hate these. Terrible.
Curved swords.
Terrible. Kitchen's all right. It's got what you need. What's up with the windows? Grade school cafeteria seats. I'm trying to think of where my brain leaps whenever I see these. I think of some... I feel like I think of a few really shitty
I'll
McDonald's.
take as words for 500
when I was a
trade
kiddo.
bit.
Okay. So, washer dryer, a back door. Is that... Oh, that's skull and crossbones. All right. Top floor. Gosh. Weird window placement. I mean, I guess you'll get privacy, but it's kind of... Pirate house. Not enough to be pirate, I'm afraid. And the other side of the wall, they've also got windows really high up. Not a whole lot of room. Yeah, I believe it's probably because this used to be a storefront of some sort, and they just jammed a living space in the second floor. Where's this? Is this somewhere on the first floor? There's a breaker box, presumably. Huh. Okay. Ooh, look at this pissant sink. Oh my god. Why do we have like an acorn light like this directly above the... That is such a strange light fixture for inside of the shower. Huh. Alright. Yeah, we're ground floor for this one. Oh yeah, look at that. The suggestion of a yard. Ooh. Ooh. Definitely repurposed. Hang on a second. Let me zoom in on this. What does it say up there? 19 Lance 31? That doesn't correspond to the address, though. So I'm not sure what specifically that would be. Huh. Okay. Good show! Huh. Okay. We need to ask a Boudreaux or a Thibodeau about that. Well, we're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 230,000. Built in 1931. Oh. Let me see. Any history here? Nothing about the history, really. Just really old, and it's most definitely a place of business at some point. Flood Zone X. That's right. We don't have any of the metrics back, right? Yeah, we still don't have any of the metrics. I figured I was thinking they'd at least bring it back without Flood Zone. Oh. You look distinctive. Are you anything fun? Oh, you're just an empty listing. Okay. Rats. I was going to go off the beaten track, but it's just it's not an interesting house, and there's no pictures. Huh. Flood Zone X, isn't that one of those franchises that mash up all the anime characters? Let me see here. I suppose next tab. There we go. Okay. Little Pinky. It is very nice. I don't know what their plan is here. This feels like it's a flower bed they gave up on that's supposed to line the sidewalk. That's strange. Aw. Alright, alright. I like the color of pink. I like the, very faded pastel coloration of pink. Not too in your face. Also, what is up with the right here? Is this along the backside of like a big, huge warehouse district or something? That's strange. I'm seeing cube glass. It's part of another house, though. I feel it's against the name of the game to mark that off, you know? I definitely see cube, but it is part of another house, you know? Could be a data center. Inside. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Is that a disco ball on the ground? No, it's not a disco ball. It's a disco gourd. What are these? Obsession. Rebel. Huh. Wow, somebody blingied the shit out of my living room. Look at that. Look at that. Why'd you put my house in your Zillow like this? How can you have this many pillows and they're not meant to be used for comfort? This is ridiculous. Also, these pink ones just make me think of like a loofah or something. Look at that. Okay, okay. Let me... Oh, there's a little slight tile thing along the ceiling. Huh. A little tiger. Oh god. So we've got fully reflective furniture. Carpet goes right in there, huh? Wow. Just no shame, right? Huh. So let me see here. No demarcation. No borders. Nothing. Sans frontière or something. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Really trying to do their part to make sure there's no vampires in here, right? A lot of reflective surfaces. Not a mere hell yet, which is kind of surprising, you know? Wow. Even in here? Oh, come on. Come on. That's just weird. Like, is that tater tot even comfortable to sit on? Ridiculous. What we got over here in this junk corner? Nothing. Jack and shit. Huh. That's enough for a Michael right there. I saw a cross and went, wait a minute, wait a minute. No, it's not cocaine decor means this isn't cocaine decor. Nobody's nasal linings are intact if they live in this house. People do so much blow. I don't know. This is getting me more of a, almost like a Mary Kay thing. I don't know. I don't know. Then again, I don't know if those ladies did blow. Oh, keep calm, drink champagne, don't talk to me till I've had my wine. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And they got their little porcelain dolls and stuff over here. These are porcelain statues, I'm sorry. Wow. Ooh, I have little quail guys up here. It's champagne clock somewheres. I say this all the time. Oh, that's just a little smiley thing. Goodness. This had to have been an Airbnb, right? This had to be an Airbnb, right? It's leaning too hard into a bit. I don't know what that bit is, but it feels like that, you know? Come live in the quirky pink house or something? Oh. A mannequin? Oh my gosh. Let me mark off a random for a meme square. Nice dress. Wow. Full-length mirror you definitely can't use. More throw pillows, of course. So this is to the back door. Is there much of a yard with this place? Probably not. Okay. I got something okayish back there. Blessed! I thought it said Barbie for a split second. The pink cursive. Oh, they glammed up some pews in here, it looks like. This is the room of worship. Huh, is that a... Okay, that's a lock. Okay. Want to keep their closet unmolested, I guess. And washer dryer. Oh, here we are. Finally, something non-pink. Ooh. These are the mid-century modern bones. Although I don't know where Madison Heights, Michigan is. I wonder if this is an offshoot from Detroit. Possibly. Camera spotted in the mirror of 28. Was there a camera person? Oh, camera, yeah. No. They're doing okay. They can't always hide from us. They're doing okay work, I guess. Strange. This is just storage. There's pillows, trash bags full of stuff. Who knows? It could be Christmas tree lights for all I know. Pardon my French. You can't steal my phrase like this. Oh no, what the? Creepy. Okay. Bathroom, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. Another storage spot in the attic area? Okay. Pardon me. Blackish blue carpet is everywhere. It's not quite that tartan color we had going on in that earlier house. You got a Michael out here? Dancing. Something about dancing. Madison Heights, the first place I ever saw a BJ's wholesale store. Huh. Very specific memory. That's peculiar. Huh. We got a garage here without a driveway leading to it. That's strange. Huh. I mean, there is a path you could back out into. That's just kind of that's just a little surprising, you know? Okay. Anything else? Anything? No. 175,000. Price reduction reflects any updates you may want. Huh. Okay. Dead end street. I see. Anything else? Actually, when was it built again? 36. Yeah. No. Oops. Is this in the... Yep, northwest Detroit. I see. I had a feeling. Okay. Maybe something a little removed from Detroit. We've had a Detroit-heavy stream thus far. Time for a little bit of a splash of tech bro. A tuppence, as I may say. That's reflective ceiling right off the bat. Are we in Jitri? We're not in Jitri. We are in the blast radius, though. We are in Rancho Mirage, which I believe is like... Rancho Mirage is like... damn near is Joshua Tree, if I remember right? I'm going to go ahead and mark it off, though. Let me do this. We're in Jonathan Bush. Look at that. Got some breeze blocks, I guess. Is that what they're called? Palms. Big ass pool. Jesus. My cowboy art. My coffee table. Is this enclosed or not? It's got carpet. We're enclosed. Yeah. Ooh. Intriguing photos and vistas, I have to say. But, bit of a weird ass house. This is very familiar in design. I don't think we've been to this one before. But I remember one having a roof line that went down to the ground like this. It is possible this is a repeat, but I don't remember anything about the interior. If this is a repeat, I think we can figure it out. Let me see. Patio seats of sacrifice. Ugh. I didn't even register those as chairs. I'll mark that off. I think this is one of the cases where we saw a really fucked up house like directly next door to this. Let me see. Okay. Ooh, wow. Big, huge ceiling. Oh my god. Impossibly high cabinets. Do I get like a ladder for accessing my cabinets? No? No? We're just gonna look at the gator leather down here. Alright. That's just gonna collect a whole bunch of finger oil and look gross pretty fast. Meeting room? What's this say? Is that a book? That's a book. Piss. Too crunched. What the? Did they just know a guy at Home Depot and just load up on these bad boys? I mean, at least it's got airflow, right? Ooh. Miserable lighting, though. Like, it makes for interesting photos at night, but these lights are on. Maybe there's a dimmer switch. They just got it really low. Ooh. That's the ankle banger. I'm gonna mark off ankle breaker just because this is the nightmare bed scenario I mentioned. Gross. Bathroom. Okay. Sure. That's a little covered hot tub, I suppose. This might be one we've been to before. I feel like I remember this. I feel like I remember this exact situation. Ho hum. Ooh! 4-poster, no canopy. Finally, after a drought for so long, 2-in-1 game. House is wearing a flying nun hat. More of this? If this is a repeat of that house, it's definitely got fresh photography. What? What am I looking at? Is this just twisted reflective bars, I guess? Okay. Boring. Mona Lisa. My Mona Lisas. Another bedroom. I don't care. Bedroom with bathroom here in the middle. Whatever. Whatever. Now, let me see. I've kind of got in my head to look at that neighbor now. Let me see. Rancho Mirage, 7.25 million. Built, finger quotes, 2024. Okay, let me see here. Rare work by Robert Stone. Let me mark that off here. Before his name is mentioned alongside modernist masters, Nutra and Schindler acquired a Robert Stone original. Huh? 2 structures, Dreamer and Little Dreamer, connected by a half Olympic length pool. Let me see. Little Dreamer, 2-bedroom guest house. Aww. He's not that famous, but maybe. He's world famous. How can you have not heard of him? Built in 2024. Yeah, whenever it's like the house is like 1 or 2 years old and they're selling it and it's a big thing like this, it's just like, was this part of like a money laundering scam? This might be the place. This might be the place. Yeah! I remember this. This other house down here that's shaped like a compass. I remember the subdivision. Yeah, okay. This is one we've been to before.
This is not speculation.
I remember us going to the
pattern
neighbor.
recognition. This is a scam's language.
Can I do this manually from here? Oh man. No. Hang on. The map is trying to do stupid stuff. Let me see if I can do this. No? Okay. Let me try this. Do this here. Back to search. Let me see. Oh, that just goes straight to it, huh? Back to search. Where's this located here? It's right there. There we go. Oh, their neighbor actually sold. Oh, my stars and garters. Can you believe it? But there's one down here that's not 1.8 million. Are you just a dirt lot? Looking like. Can I... 1.8 million. For all this? For all this? Holy smokes. It is right against... I think it's right against a golf course. Is that what I'm seeing here? It's looking like a golf course. Good God, what a waste of money. Oh my God. You ever want to see a waste of money? Just look at how untended land looks next to a golf course. It's like, oh, this is how it's supposed to look, huh? Right, I'm sure. Nothing else. Oh, you got a little LARPer farm barn situation here, huh? Okay. Good God. 4+ acres. Literally just the dirt. I see. Walkable 34? To what? You're in a desert. I figure having a walkability score of anything is baffling, right? To golf? I guess. It's strange because I don't think Joshua Tree has much in the way of amenities, you know? I figure maybe you have stuff shipped to you from like a fancy bougie grocery store nearby. But like walkable. I doubt that. Okay, let me Joshua and Tree. Trees out here? No way. Let me do this guy. I think these 3 should do us. I may have to grab a 4th. We'll see how things go. Actually, I think we'll be fine. The final house is a little lengthy. I like the lead up here. Very intriguing. How the road doubles back on itself. Drone shot of the back porch. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh man. There's some interesting design here I kind of like. Although that fireplace, that's a face. That could be eyes, that could be mouth. That could be eyes, nose, mouth. Let me do face. I'm gonna do excessive wood for the hell of it. Mark that off. Could be a duck. Could be. I could see what you're talking about. Okay. So the porch we saw, I think, is just past here? Or it's to the side, maybe? This is like an overlook here? I don't know. Spiral stair. Spiral stair was the start of this game, right? It was. Okay. Do this here. Kitchen. Yeah? Seems okay. A wall phone? A key? Oh my goodness. Old dishwasher. Yep, look at them chunky buttons. I wonder if that fire extinguisher is from this century, if that stuff's here. All right. This is likely a secondary kitchen, maybe? Well, 3 bed, 4 baths. This might be the only one. Okay. Is that... Yeah, there's a little thin cushion you just put some pillows on top of and lays at. There's the deck right up here. Okay. Let me see here. Ooh, yeah. The bathroom. Not carpeted. The sink is carpeted, but that don't count. Mirrors. Now, okay, we don't have 2 showers. It is catching the reflection of the shower at an angle here, I think. Yes. Well-cleaned mirrors, I gotta say. Oh, so this was right behind us. That is enough for carpeted bathroom. I've already called that this game. The carpeting goes up to the tub. I have called it. Also, yeah, mirror hell, yeah. We almost avoided it for an entire night. I don't know if that's ever happened. Oh. Ooh, nice. They must have had a little bed here, and they have these 2 little lamps to line it. That could be cute. Drapes match it. Okay, another room. I don't like that plaid. Oh yeah, here's one of the things. Okay. Ooh. The way it does this weird lean nearing the back porch. Oh. It's like the whole house is sagging on you, you know? Leaning over. Ooh, yeah, getting a little bit of that vertigo. I'll be okay. Turning around. Oh, not as bad. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Also, before we talk about the horse, can we look at this arrangement of wood? Look at this. Man, that is so weird. That is so weird. Like this is, okay, we just came from here. We were looking toward the camera in one of the earlier pictures, I think, right? Yeah. We start here. We came here and do a 180. Good God. Gotta talk about the haunts. So it looks like they pulled up whatever carpet or material they had here, because you can see the baseboards. But what's the horse doing here? What's the horse doing? I see. Another bar setup. I can see an old wooden paneled dishwasher and sink. Okay. It's just living, man. Can I get a better shot of that horse? I think we do, right? I think we get a better shot of this guy. Haven't seen a good conversation pit in a while? We haven't. I wonder what sat here. Did they didn't have a fire pit situation. There's something that was here that they had to saw, it looks like. Or at least it was really heavy and it was affixed to this. Looks like a bowl or something, right? It's right in front of the fireplace. There is a set of switches here. You think another haunts? Oh, wait. No, damn. I thought I remembered him having a wider base. Strange. Planter? Maybe? Wow. Hang on. Let me just do a random post here out of context. Man, what a pick. No comment. I'm just going to throw that out into the ether. I don't even have anything to tag it with. Good enough. Okay. I am concerned about the integrity of this back porch. It's probably fine, but it is... Okay, look at this. This is what we were just standing on. This is a little old. I am a little troubled of this. It's not the worst, but this is also over a massive drop, you know? Yeah. It's probably fine, but it's just... It's doing a big stretch, you see? That's one brave camera guy. Yeah. Yeah. Boy. Oh. What's this old crank doing here? Okay, that's probably for raising and lowering a pendant light, I think. I think it is. I think it isn't directly attached into this guy, but I think that's what it gets to. I don't know. Floodlights. Door. Oh. Okay. Washer, dryer, utility stuff, pegboard, basement situation, right? Only one shot in there, huh? No railing on 31? Yeah, I'll take that, sure. I was about to say, I don't know if you're meant to walk here, but then it seems, well, we got doors right here. Yeah, sure. Porch built such a way, if it goes, the whole house ain't far behind. Just uprooting the entire thing. Oh, sneaky for you. So this is Highlands, North Carolina. I can see how it got the name. 1.8 million. Wow. Huh. I didn't think we were in that sort of a pricey area. 58. A Jim Fox masterpiece. Perched on the coveted Highland Cashiers Plateau. I mean, if you got a place called Cashiers in the name, I guess it's going to be expensive, right? Anything in here? Remodeled by Jim Fox in 98. Built 58. Hey. Anything else? I don't think so. Boy. I did not clock it as being that expensive. Jesus. And it looks like that's consistent with nearby houses. The Z estimate thing pulls from regional prices, and all of them seem to be north of 1.5 million. And it's not that much land as well. Yeah, it's got a good view. Walk 4, bike 4. Divergent views. I like seeing things from multiple perspectives. Okay. Where are we at? 40 minutes. What do I got on these two? 51 photos, and I think I've got 80 on this other guy. No, 51, 56. Is there one I could leverage in here? Is there one I could leverage in here? Hang on, let me see what I've got. All right, you were this guy. Just a sec, guys. Might grab one of the ones I skipped, just to buffer the time a little bit. Oh yeah, I could do this one. Let me move this here. 50 photos. Yeah. All right. Let me see here. Scrungle this down a bit. Okay. Little Rock, Arkansas. I see. Ooh. Very nice. Roof's a little old. Roof's a little old. Wow, expensive. 3.8 million accepting backup offers. Does this drawbridge even work? No. Damn. I would like a place that has a functional drawbridge just for this scenario that you raise it and you can't lower it back down and you're trapped. This feels like a this makes me think of the mansion from the first Knives Out movie, for Christ's sake. All right. So, nice living room. Yeah. Really well cared for, gotta say. Ooh. You got some engravings around the fireplace? Oh! Oh no. The horses are so expressive. Ah! Well, I can almost make out this guy's face. Got a big old schnoz. That's all I got, though. Let me see. This is the same room, I believe. Yep. Where is it trending toward? Oh. Seems to be another pro-Norman house. Are we going to get a bead on where we may not have a good functioning mental compass on where things are in this house. I feel like we're going to be teleporting around. It's a den. Okay. Tapestry up here, yeah. Oh, mirror hell bathroom. I see. Now. Huh? Interesting. So that's like a slate board they could leave some notes on, I guess. Huh. Little sink, bar stuff for guests, I guess. Okay. So a house this European Arkansas feels as weird as the Weeaboo house in Ohio. Not as offensive, but weird. Yeah. This is such an old house, and the fact that it's in Arkansas is so intriguing to me. At least it's designed to look super old. Ohio gozaimasu. I'll take this for photoshopping. I usually don't, but they did Photoshop the house into the TV, and I do like nudging things along later in the stream. I will let it slide on this occasion. Let me do this. Okay. Okay, we're getting to some of the reason I tucked this away. They do some odd textures to mimic stonework. We can see a little bit of it on the underside of these stairs. Okay. Bedroom is whatever. Uncentered fireplace. I'll do that here. Mark that off. Okay. Oh, so this is a vanity. Several full-length mirrors. Okay. I can see it's being put to good use. Bathroom. Yeah, all right. I'll take that for Splippy. Whatever. Just to nudge the next game along and see how far we can get before the hour is up. Ooh! I didn't even notice. You got the full surround mirrors in the restroom again, and the tub. Boy. So strange, but the ceiling one in particular is always the one that stun locks me the most, right? Let me do auto call. Let me do this. Thank you for the follow, Demon Trigger. Good time zone. Okay. Vote for what you need. Anything I find now, I'm going to put into the next game. Ooh, look at the hidey hole they have for the toilet paper. Look at that. Sneaky little guy. All right. Now let's see. If I got 2 houses after this with 50 photos, and the main reason for this house is nearing the end, I'm just going to skip through this, as we did before. Okay. Now, a treasure chest in here. How many bathrooms are in here? 6 bed, 6 bath. Okay, that explains it. Bedrooms run together, but bathrooms very much stick out, so Oh, yeah. Okay, we're in... Not basement. This is built into a hillside. So we're on what you would call the lower level, I guess? Enclosed room for books. Okay. This is the top of a tower, it looks like, at one of the places. Yeah, this is nice. I like this. Okay. Finally, the bottom of those stairs that I mentioned that were textured. I think this is leading into the reason I tucked this house aside. Yep, here we go. Where's the extent of this room? Okay, that's armor. There's no mirror trickery here. This is the full extent of the room. So it does go all the way back there. Okay. Man. Would this even fit anybody? This looks way too small. Huh. Okay. Little crowns and shit like that. Wow, so many glasses. So many glasses. There's definitely a mirror. I think I see what you mean. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, mirror's right here. Right.
And all they serve as Crown Royal.
That's we had to turn in a whole bunch of coupons in order to get that crown, okay? Okay, so this is where the mirror is. It's picking up the armor right behind us is what it is. Yeah. So mirror's right here at this wooden trim you can see. Okay, let me start the next game. Do this. We did have a mirror hell in this house. The last mirror hell we had was a house or two ago, so I'll mark that off. Pool? Knight's shot, my lord. Let me do pool. And that was a freebie for y'all. Man. I love how they're sprinkling around all these crowns down here. They had multiple at the bar. They had another one down here. We're almost at 500. I mean, technically, we're far north of 500, I feel. Laundry. That's Michael. Okay. Where's the pun earlier? I needed that. I'm not your dancing monkey. Oh, what are you? Okay, I think there's a horse that's looking at us, the gazer. I wasn't quite able to parse it at first. Mecha horse. No, that's in G Gundam. Ooh, they got a big chunky key that's functionally useless. R. There's the R again. Beetlejuice themed relaxation stuff and by the pool. Wow. How much acreage is this? How much acreage is this? Boy. And it's not by a golf course? Can you believe that? Barn door. Crazy, right? Crazy. I thought this would be a deadlock right next to a golf course. 1928. 95 acres. Shit. The castle on Stagecoach Step. Storybook of this one-of-a-kind estate. It. Do name drop. Typo. There it is. Mark you off. There we go. Proof of funds required before all tours. Once again, commoners, get out. But what's the R for? Who is the famous R? It's not Arkansas. It's just straight up R. Okay. Not walkable, yes. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This place is out on its own, for sure. Walkable 18. Stagecoach Dodd. I'm sure that's an acronym, but I just think of, you ever see Duckman? Because of how long ago it is, I only remember vague things about Duckman. And I remember he had a son called Ajax, and he'd always say, "Thanks, Dodd." Or he'd just say, "Dodd. Hi, Dodd." I did misread that as Stagecoach Dude. Transit score 0. This is always the one that tickles me because it feels like they forget about transit score. And they go, "Oh shit, right. Yeah, there's no transit." I've seen both Duckman and MST3K who would quote DOD every few episodes. David O. Dodd Road. That's what it is. Okay. So they quote it all the time? Really? That's the thing. I love MST3K, but a lot of its stuff at this point, they often make references or quotes of things that have long since fallen into the, the pop culture far past, to where a lot of it's like, what was this a reference to? Okay. The Rognrud family has owned the house for 53 years. Rognrud? The fuck? All right. Well, here we go. Cube and cocaina decor. Rognrud's backwards is Derngor, which sounds like a better name to me. It's easier to pronounce, honestly. Rognrud is a low-tier orc name. Okay, if I got two 50-image houses, we got 25 minutes. I'll try to go at a good speed, but ooh, there's good stuff. Oh, look at this table! Big stretch! Oh my god, look at that! Ooh, that looks like it feels so good. That looks like it feels so good. It feels amazing. Big stretch, big. Right to a spiral staircase. That was... okay, that is fresh. Hang on, I'm gonna get a picture of this. Have I already done Cube this game? Did I do that right when we got in here? Yes, I did. Let me do this. Some this. Hang on, I'm gonna jump scare people again. There we go. I've got to do something about my control key. It's fucking with my control C, control V. I've taken out the keys and cleaned it, but for some reason, it's very flaky and unresponsive, and I've never had a keyboard do that before. I wonder if I have to, like, replace the switch or something? I've never had a mechanical prior to this, so I've never had a key do this. Wow. Okay, so there's the big stretch right there. Okay. What is going on in this casa? That's a spare. Okay. What is on this wall? Why is this wall covered in swatches? Why are there swatches up here? Huh? Where's the stove? Good question. This is probably a secondary kitchen. I can't get another... oh no, the noodle! Ooh! It's getting territorial. Watch out. Watch out. Gosh. Goodness. This is making me think of like late 90s. Not even late 90s. This is making me think of like 90s to early aughts Nickelodeon style art and things and colors. There's something about it. I swear I saw this in an episode of Rugrats. Jesus. Okay. Lydia Dietz core. Yeah. This looks like it's inspired by like a sandworm, right? That rug. Oh shit! I didn't even notice! Ooh. That's a very good rug, actually. Okay. What else we got in here? What on earth? Okay. Shapes. This is what, as people love saying, this is a mist puzzle. Ooh. And this is why you don't drink your wine in the den. This is what happens. Leave it there as a reminder. Yeah, this is really interesting. Ooh, look at them wieners. Look at them wieners. Oh my God. Look at the face. That one almost looks human. I'm just seeing the eyes. I'm just kind of mapping into the visage of a person's face. Also, why has the wiener dog got all these little ribbings on them? It makes me think of like a percussion. There's like a percussion instrument that they'd have in band where it'd be like a stick you'd rub along a ribbed surface like this, and just making me think of it. It's like, is that a musical instrument, dog? Have they retired from their musical times? Also, fucked up chair. That's a chair. I know that's a chair for a fact. I remember we had Bun on here for their first stream. This is absolutely a chair. That's a chair, yeah. It was in the house that was in, it was in the house that's in Houston. I remember it was a long 290. No, that's 610. It's around the 610 loop, and it was covered in those rusty-ass metal boards. And also it had like a Mount Rushmore structure in the neighbor's yard. This locked into my brain. Oh, okay. Okay, look, I want to see what this is here. But also, as soon as I hit the next picture, hoping for another angle, we get this. What's up with the ladder? What are these guys looking at? This guy's just looking up at something. What's this chair? Huh. Have I already done Seed of Sacrifice? Yes. We've got so many Seed of Sacrifices here, guys. Oh, here we go. Okay, there's the chair. So that's not a load-bearing column. It was literally a cylindrical enclosure. No, my white ass. The thing that gets me with this seat tie is there's no way you could get out of this thing without looking really awkward, right? It'd just be like getting out of a bean bag. You'd just be like, ooh, hang on, I gotta clamber out. Those are Latter-day Saints. At least they had the decency to put on some clothes. Oh my God, oh my God. Whoops. Hang on. No, I want to get a picture of this. Hang on. I didn't realize how much weird shit was in this house in particular. Because the next house is really cool, but also I was like, oh wait, I didn't realize the density of the interesting stuff as I sped through this. Okay. They got a little satyr guy with a pan flute, I imagine. Is this labor of love yet? I'd say so, yeah. This is somebody who genuinely was collecting art, you know? And I'll do tchotchkes since this is game 4 and I want to goose honk it along. Look at this. There's this weird thing that's got these little noodly appendages. I don't know what this is doing. I don't care. That's a face. Eyes, mouth. They are meditating. Have I done face? I haven't. That's face. Q, we've already done Q, but what's this say? Oh, that's just squiggles. That's just swoops, dips, and squiggles. Maybe some Greek characters? I think I see it. Yeah, Omega. Yeah, Greek. Yeah. I see him. I sees him. I was like, wait a second. I remember you fuckers from college. I've already forgotten most of your names. Bathroom. Okay. Ooh. Interesting chairs. Interesting. Huh. They got they have other things like a little coffee table here that matches. I kind of like that. It's weird, but it's very unique. Whimsical. Yeah, exactly. I like it. Now let me speed through these. I don't want to... What the... Huh? The fuck? Post-it tree? Well, they're leaves on some framework with the... Huh. Okay. Pilates swing. What? Where's a Pilates swing? What are you talking about? There's no swinging or Pilates on that at all. Ooh, what? Oh, right. We were on ground floor. This is the first shot we've had here on this second floor. Wow. I feel Dr. Seuss would have liked this place a lot, probably. Maybe? Why are there so many weird chairs here? There are so many bizarre chairs. Like, is that the bit for this house? Look at this. That's dude shape. That's dude shape. And this better not... Okay. Just this guy screaming with this bird in a cage on his head? What? Huh? What a bird brain. Goodness me. Okay. 2 figures that are dancing. I think those chairs we saw were just over here. The desk is opposite these. So we're alongside here. Okay. What else? Question mark? I agree. Question mark for sure. Okay, okay. Whoa! I see nothing. I see nothing. They're just putting their fingers up to the side of their cheeks, closing their eyes and concentrating. I don't see anything at all. Kneeling on the ground before debate. My goodness, my goodness. Earthbound enemy, right? Also, look at that cuck chair. That is like surgically placed. My God. 4 posts, no canopy. Well, there's not a canopy railing that attaches them. It's just 4 posts. What the? Me and the boys. Me and the boys. Very good. Very good. I don't know what this is, but it's a bunch of guys. Look at that. Man. We have some places that have just really... it's so few I see a place, it's so rare to find a place that you could tell somebody's genuinely an art collector. Sometimes they just have a lot of weird shit all over the place that doesn't... How do I describe this? How do I describe this? I want to say eccentric, but it paints a bad picture. I just really like this. This feels genuine. This feels very genuine, and I like it. Huh? Okay, that's not a real kimono. It could be a cutout. This is what the collector looked exactly. Look at this. Look at this. Why is this armrest have a... Well, anyway, it's weird. It's weird, okay? But it's consistent with everything else we've seen. My goodness, my goodness. Sack of holding. Exactly. That's where you put the remote. That's where you put the remote. Let's see. Speeding through this. Because I do want to get to... Wait! Wait! Okay. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. Interesting wireframe thing. Huh. It takes up a lot of estate on the countertop, but these are always eye-catching, you know? So many dudes. I know. It's crazy, right? Okay. Yeah, these last few parts, they've had a bunch of duplicate photos, so I've been double-clicking. $2 million, Rockville, Maryland. Award-winning masterpiece, prime Potomac location. Okay. What a curious house. I like it. 85, 1.3 acres. So, I think it's time we can make it through this last one brisk-like. I will move expediently. Look at that. Just a container house and a little shed. This'll be fast. Wait a minute. Also, I just noticed there's a little crane here for raising and lowering this dolly. Oh. We got a bunker? We could have a bunker. Ignore the blast door, you know? Looks real safe. Yeah. You know what looks safe? This safe door. Look at that. Perfect, right? Okay. I'm gonna do ankle breaker for that. I feel they should highlight these stumblings a little more. I keep finding these things. It's a gift and a curse. I don't seek them out. They just fall into my lap. And they're very heavy, so it hurts. Already done spiral stairs. But we have a spiral stairway there to... I don't know what to, actually. Yeah, a little area carpet. But inexplicably, we have pretty ho-hum furniture sprinkled throughout here. Like, we've had these where they've thrown furniture into it, but it's usually just been absolute garbage tier stuff. This is like, it's okay. What's this doing here? You know, somebody said, hey, I think these colors would really pull together the initial landing. The bathroom, look at this. Look at the love and care. Actually not horribly molded, of course. Immaculately crafted. K2? Does that have to do with the address? I don't see anything in the address about K2. Looks alright, kind of baffled. So, I'm looking at this now. We might have been here within the first year of streams, because for some reason, I remember this room. I vaguely remember this, because there's like a moving blanket they got here for acoustics. Like very early on, I think we've been here. Okay. They got their setup, which means this place is still on the market, baby. Okay. And we've got our excellent paintings in the hallway. How much padding do you need when you're underground? Well, I mean, for recording purposes, it'd be good. Rather, there's the whole thing of sound treatment versus soundproofing. They're kind of like different things. There's some people who get a bunch of foam and they pack it in somewhere, but like one is very difficult to do, which is soundproofing, but the other will knock out a lot of like discordant frequencies and make recordings a lot nicer. And moving blankets and VO work, those moving blankets and things are really good for that. Ooh. So this is definitely where they had some old equipment they moved out. You can see where it was bolted into these little cement patties. Generator stands. Yeah, it's gotta be what it is. A workshop with... Okay. That's not a pressure cooker, right? No, this is like for... This is for sucking out air usually, right? Or is it a kiln? There's a couple things this looks like. I've seen this repurposed to something that you use for like epoxy curing, but it could be probably kiln, I guess. There is a lathe, so that'd probably fit, I suppose. Yeah, they got a machinist shop here. 100% of ceramics kiln. Interesting. Okay. This is for airflow, I'd imagine. Just a big-ass blower. Your ventilation? Yeah. Okay. You want this place? Well, let's see what the price is. I'm moving expeditiously. Somebody poured wine over here, too. Look at that staining. Ridiculous. Okay. Okay. This is a different part of the underground, it seems. Okay, I remember this. This is definitely the house from like, 2+ years ago. I remember these interior windows because it's like, finally we have some windows, but because we're underground, they are windows into adjacent rooms, but also they're very weirdly placed. Okay. Pool? Have I done pool in this game? I have. Okay, we have the Darth Vader commode. What else we got here? Miscellaneous stuff repurposed into a kitchen. Ooh. There was a house we had a long time ago, another bunker, that somebody had like some acrobatic silks inside of. I wish I could find that again. I might go through some really old VODs and find it again, because that house had one of these inside the kitchen. And this is like a bunch of like acrylic in that situation. Not an air compressor? I'm not sure what that is, honestly. It's actively used, though. I know that for sure, because that other listing that I'm thinking of had those too. The kitchen looked way different in that case. I wonder how much of this junk on the walls is actually still functional now that all the stuff's been overhauled and ripped out, you know? Kitchen's looking all right. Carpet? In my bunker? Action shot of the fan. Very greebled interior. The greebling saves it from the tremors if this place is ever hit with a bomb. Okay. A window to where? Probably the workshop? I don't know. I don't think... There's no way we're above ground, given what we were shown before, right? It's like, what are you a window to? Okay. Closets. Some workshop situation? I don't know what this would be used for. No clue. Hang on, I should, I'll do visible damage just to nudge things along, even though it's just age and patina. Right back out here. There we go. We got a bingo. Look at them. So where is this? This is in Polo, Missouri. It is up for sale for $1.4 million. Last sold in 2024. Not for sale. Let me do this here. Anything interesting in this description, by the way? Why not both? Why not? Okay. Not for sale, bunker, time to pack it up. Bullshit, right? Let me see. We must have viewed it when it was the original listing, honestly. It has a comms tower? Had I imagine, right? It's probably been there is some stuff in the... Well, that looks like more like a power line situation. I don't see the remnants of a tower when we popped around. Hang on. So, that does do us, I think. For next time, who won the cup? Who won the cup? Looks like Doc Smasher won for this month. So, I suppose next stream, since we're going into, the week off, not the week off, since I don't stream on the weekdays or whatever, I guess just next time you see me, wherever you want the gift sub, just let me know or something. I'll gift it around or whatever. Last minute schnipe. Looks like, yeah. But thank you for coming, folks. Good gathering of hooses. Let me see. Let me see who to throw y'all at. Did we have any raid things that came up? Any raid messages? Hang on. Let me do this. Is there a victim? Is there a victim? Let me see. It is loading. It is loading. Hang on. Do this here. Do this here. Do this here. Bunker's done, right? Let me see. Let me see. Could throw y'all at mobs. Anybody else? Let me see. That I've not caught in a while. Oh, yeah. I think she's doing a grab bag of some stuff. Let me see. Bat is on? I've actually not caught Bat in forever. Yeah, and she's also doing Super Mario World hacks. Yeah, let's go Bat. Okay. Let me do this. I don't think I've actually rated y'all to Bat in, like, damn near forever. Yeah, she's just relatively started. Yeah, let's raid over to Bat. I don't have a raid message. You could do Howdy. You could do Scramble. Let me do this over here. Let me see here. Thanks for coming, folks. Have a good rest of the week. I'll seize you when I seize you. My computer is lagging. I'm hitting button.
The bouncer.
Why is it lagging? Stay warm. I hope your power stays on. Fingers crossed, y'all. All right. Hitting the thing. Adios.
Wait. Okay.